Hey, Gen Con. Welcome to Paizo's Sundered Waves actual play event. My name is James Rodehaver, and tonight we are going to be playing a brand new Paizo One-Shot, the first in a line of single-sitting adventures that Paizo Publishing is releasing. The one that we are playing right now is called Sundered Waves. It was written by Jason Bullman, and you can actually, as of like moments ago, grab a copy of this very adventure at paizo.com/sunderedwaves. Comes complete with high resolution maps, handouts that are easy to use with virtual tabletops, as you will all see as we get going. But I'm not the only one here. I have a whole slew of players with me here tonight. The first of which I want to introduce to you is Michelle Wynne Bradley. Hi, Michelle. How you doing? I have a question. And it is, who is your favorite pirate from any pirate show, movie, video game? Who's your favorite pirate?
God, your introductions, you never tell us what you're going to do. And you just drop questions on us.
I know, it's about the in the moment. We're live.
My favorite pirate is Aladdin's dad from the third Aladdin movie.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting answer. I didn't expect it.
There was three?
It's incorrect, but it's good.
He wasn't technically a pirate, but he did steal shit and put it in a cave and was mean to Aladdin. Maybe he wasn't a pirate. There was the ocean. See, this is what happens. You just throw a question at me. I hate this. Hi, Gen Con. I'm sorry.
Perfect. This couldn't have gone any better. This is what I was hoping for. Michelle, I will take you off the hot seat. I'm sorry that I did this to you. Let's talk to Xander. Xander, how are you doing?
Really well,
how are you doing tonight? Xander, rather than focus on your favorite individual pirate, what is your favorite piece of pirate media? Like a show, movie, cartoon?
You know,
what do you like?
I'm going to go with Treasure Planet, the animated movie. That's the first thing that I thought of.
Interesting answer.
Right?
The correct answer was Black Sails, but
sorry.
Good choice anyway.
Very good as
That's a good one.
That was boring. You're wrong.
Have you seen Treasure Planet from 2002?
I haven't actually seen it.
So there you go.
I guess we can't really know which is better. We'll never know. It's a mystery. Gabe Hicks, you are here with me tonight. How are you doing, man? How are things?
I'm great. I'm crying from laughing.
Do you want to talk about pirates?
Yes,
I feel like our pirate discussion has been going swimmingly so far. What is your favorite pirate fact?
I don't know.
What fact about pirates?
you asked everyone else specific things. I'm a big fan of Black Sails. One of the things that was the creepiest moment with pirates. I remember I was out and about one day. It was night. Someone had the theme song of Davy Jones as their phone ringtone, and it went off, but I didn't see the person, so I started freaking the hell out. I'm like, I'm dead. There's a tentacle man that's gonna kill me. Whatever. I guess this is it.
This is how I thought it would go. Yes.
Yeah. As you can see, it went well, so I'm still here.
You made it through the night, and that's the important thing. That's what really counts.
That's true.
Speaking of people who often make it through the night, our last player tonight is Katie. Katie, how are you?
That was the weirdest intro. Hey, Jim, I'm good.
So, a pirate thing. What is your favorite pirate ship? Can you name any awesome pair of pirate ships? There's lots of them.
I was hoping I could remember the one from Black Sails to make you proud of me, but I can't. The only one that comes to my mind is the Black Pearl, but I don't know.
I guess that's what you're stuck with.
I guess
and
so.
I guess that's what you're stuck with. Black Pearl. It's a good ship. I mean, honestly.
If I had my choice, though, I'd like that, but without the curse.
Like a non-cursed version.
Yeah.
Well, we don't always get to choose every aspect of our pirate ship. But unfortunately, you are now the owner of a cursed pirate ship. You can't avoid it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
All of these fine people who are with me tonight, I had the good fortune of running through Troubles in Otari on Paizo's own network just a few weeks ago. That 10-episode run of actual play adventures is still available on youtube.com/Paizo Publishing. But tonight, as I had mentioned before, we're here for Sundered Waves. So without further ado, Let's be pirates. We're in a flashback. Ba ba ba. The brass bird cuts through the waves like a knife, sails billowing in the wind, generated by a dour-looking elf who concentrates on the spell propelling the mighty pirate vessel as fast as possible. Katie, tell us a little bit about this elf sorcerer.
Oh, good. Yes. My character's name is Elseer, and she is an elf sorcerer. And she is great. And you're going to have to just wait to get to know her throughout this journey. But she's definitely hanging out with Kako, and they're buds. And she definitely has a curse around her that she's trying so desperately to remove. But, after a while and enough drinks, you just kind of forget about it. So I think that's where she's at right now.
The best way to get rid of a curse, drink it away. Despite the boosted speed from your magic, Elseer, the situation around you is looking pretty grim. Andorran sails approach from 3 directions, angled to cut the brass bird off and surround her. You're momentarily distracted by a rallying cry from on deck, a shout to keep at it, an assurance that the Andorran dogs will never catch the infamous crew of the brass bird. But the first mate is always going on like that. Gabe, tell us who we see shouting encouragement to the crew.
The person that you see shouting encouragement is none other than Jadrin Teger. Previously in my life, I was a bit of a rapscallion, little rabble-rouser, but that has changed as I've done more and more, and may partially be because I was caught. But now, I'm reformed from a temple, with a shield in my left hand and a sword in my right. Majestic, proud, warm, and friendly. Never done a wrong thing to anybody, especially not my companions, ever in my life. Ever.
Ever. I'm convinced.
Ever.
As time passes, reality belies Jadrin's assurances of victory. The Andorran sails grow ever closer. From the crow's nest, a nervous Tengu can now spot individual sailors on the deck of the pursuing ships, all armed and armored, hardened sailors and veterans of many a pirate hunt. Your crewmates are no slouches, but this is enough to cause your guts to twist with nerves. Michelle, who is up in the crow's nest with that spyglass in hand?
Hello, my name is Coco Ashveder. You may know me as the only capable person on this ship. I know there's a first mate, and I'm sure he's great, but listen, I'm the one who has been born on the seas. I was born for this adventure. Coco Ashveder was born under a suspicious sign under her egg, so I'm part of the kind of Tengu that are called the Jinxed Tengu. I am known for eating up bad luck. But a lot of people don't believe in my mysticism, but it is real, I assure you. What else is here? I like shiny things. I enjoy life on the ship, and most of all, I enjoy playing tricks on as a crewmates. My little buddy, let's see what the name is. Wait, how do I say your name? I'm so sorry. Elseer. Elsie and I get into lots of trouble here and there, but I don't get along so much with Jadrin. Jadrin thinks he's hot shit. But you know what? I don't think he is. And also, Lavanna's not so bad, but Lavanna is very serious and loves talking about God. So, those people can be kind of cute.
Well, speaking of Lavanna, you shout a warning down to the ship's priest who is below on the deck, a message to relay to the captain about the numbers and armament of the Andorran soldiers approaching. The halfling who receives the message hops across the deck to stand before Captain Renlock, who has the ship's wheel in a white knuckle grip. Xander, who is this halfling standing there before the captain?
We see Lavanna Saltspray, and though there is chaos around her, she is one with the ocean. She feels the ebb and flow, and will pass on this information to the captain. She is in
and she's so pretty.
robe, and her hair, is caught in the sea breeze, and there's a sort of sparkle around her. And there's this calm aura because she is actually Undyne as well, so she has this connection to water as an element. So as she moves, where sailors might be thrown off by the jarring motions of the sea, she moves like a dancer forward.
Wonderful. You shout your warning to the captain. It does seem you're outnumbered, outgunned, and the pursuit doesn't last very much longer. It starts with ballista fire, harpoons on lengthy chains spearing the brass bird's hull, gripping tight and reeling her in. She struggles. You all prepare weapons, gather magic energies for your spells, and await the captain's orders as boarding hooks, ladders, and nets fly out toward you. This is it. This is the last stand for Renlock's Reavers. And then the captain's voice rings out. Hold! A moment of confusion follows, all eyes on the captain. In an elaborate show to both you and the Andorran forces nearby, he unstraps his sword belt and lets it clatter to the deck. All hands stand down. Relief and disbelief rush like a wave through all of you, followed by anger as the Andorrans swarm the ship, clapping irons on everyone they grab. Your days of piracy are over, but not, as you thought, are your lives. At least not today. It is now 5 years later, and we see waves lapping at the shore of a lonely island. And standing on that beach are the four of you, reunited by tragedy for the first time since that fateful day. This is Sundered Waves. Ba ba ba! And then the logo comes in, and it's like, oh god, and then the music, ah!
Oh, he missed his cue.
It's so good. Oh, dang it. Ah, dang. You have come by varied methods, but now stand together on this lonely stretch of beach, summoned by duty to your long-lost Captain Renlock, who is dead. You learned of Renlock's death from a strange source, a clockwork parrot that remained ever at his side. Just a few weeks prior, the bird sought you out each in turn to deliver the bad news and the piece of a map. While one side contained a cryptic clue, the other suggested you travel to this beach on this morning to find the captain's most prized treasure. So here you are, along with 3 of your former crewmates, staring at the half-sunken remains of the ship you once called home, the Brass Bird. The smell of the surf and rotting wood hangs heavy in the air, the silence broken only by the screech of faraway gulls on this lonely island north of the shackles. What do you do?
Long time no see.
Indeed. For some of us, not long enough.
Jadrin, it is good to see you again. I do have something of yours, though, if you don't mind. And she's going to
Is it my heart?
slap him. Just across the face.
I probably deserve that.
I believe we're even Steven then, all caught up.
How do I get one up on you so you do it again?
Oh, you. And she'll go and just stare at the ocean.
Well, like this is a very good entertainment for me. It's good to see you all again. Maybe not so much Jajan, but everyone else. Great to see you. I see you all have gotten the missive from the little clockwork birds.
Yes.
What do you think it is? Why we're here to? I mean, they said to come here, but what are we looking for exactly? Bones? I mean, the captain is dead, is he not?
I don't know why they needed us to be here.
You have some experience.
Well, the captain was clever. Maybe he left something.
Perhaps his treasure.
It's possible.
Well, I'll sign up for treasure, but I did not sign up for Jadrin's, personality. So as long as you can just handle that.
It has been so long. I am a man of faith.
Oh.
See, look, it's
Wow.
on my shield.
Hmm.
You are a man of annoyance.
I'm a man of many talents.
Are you saying that after all this time of me preaching to you, you went and found a different god to worship?
That is sure a slap in the face for you, Zen. Eh?
Unknown?
I lean in. If I say yes, what's that?
By Gozra's grace, I shall not harm you again. It is your path to follow.
Ugh, gross. Does anyone have any rum?
Always, my dear. And I take out a gigantic flask and just kind of shove it over to Elsie.
I take it and I pour it in my own flask.
Hey,
Fill up my whole flask.
Hey, listen, Elsie, we can share. Come on,
Cheers.
don't be crazy. We've talked about this before. You seem to have only gotten more bitter with age.
Where is that clockwork parrot?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll the 12. What's my perception? New character.
Hey.
16.
16. As you're saying that, you're looking around. You don't see anything really on the island nearby, but then your eyes fall on the rotting hulk of the brass bird a little ways out in the water, and you see just flying in a circle overhead over the hulk of the brass bird is a bird. It's difficult to tell from this distance whether it's the very one that you were talking about, but it does seem to just be flying, and it's just flying in this perfect circle around the sunken ship constantly.
There, and she'll point over to it. We should check the remains of this ship anyway. Perhaps there were other things that survived besides memories.
Yes, like treasure. And I'll look to Kako.
Yes, that is my name. Is Kako. Hello. Let's go investigate this little ship thing and this little bird and this guy. Can anyone get that? Like, should we shoot it or like leave it? Or...
Jim, I'm just gonna start walking toward the shipwreck, and I'm going to cast Water Walk on myself. So I just turn around and start walking immediately on the water over there.
Yeah, without even breaking stride, you just start walking out onto the water, and before it's only less than 100 feet out, you are standing right next to this broken, sunken ship. It's clearly been many years since the ship was sunk here. The rotting hulk of the brass bird brings back memories of your time aboard, sailing up and down the coast of Avestan and Garund, chasing fame and fortune. Dreams of such glorious pasts have faded, and now all that remains is this half-sunken ship or the half-sunken hulk of Captain Renlock's prized ship. The sun rises up over the horizon at this point, and a golden beam of morning light strikes the ship's wheel, evoking a powerful nostalgia. You can almost see Captain Renlock standing there, shouting orders to all of you. Orders like his final one to you all as your captain. The call to stand down as the Andorran naval warships closed in. What do you do?
Are the rest of you lot coming? Or is all the treasure for me?
Just a moment. This place is sacred. And Levana's going to go up and place her hands on the wheel and just take a moment to sort of consecrate the ground.
Sure. As you touch the wheel, you notice that it seems to be almost untouched by time. The one piece of this ship that is as glorious as the day you last saw it looks, and as you're sort of saying a prayer to Gozra, the bird that was fluttering overhead alights on the top of the wheel and is looking at you. You can see that it is indeed a coppery parrot-like clockwork creature that looks at you and then hops up on your shoulder and just sits there for a moment.
It's good to see you.
Gallo!
Now, tell me, where were we supposed to go?
I walk up to, I guess I don't know, I swim, I jump on the ship, I kind of nimbly climb up the side, and I sort of like backflip over to where they are. Hello, little abomination of a bird. We're talking to you. I kind of slap it on the side of the head.
Oh, careful.
Its whole head just spins around comically on an axis and then comes back to rest right on you. And as soon as its eyes are locked with yours again, it throws its head back almost way too wide, as like a Pez dispenser kind of deal, where it's just like, and you hear a voice that sort of rumbles out from within. And it is a voice you all recognize as that of Captain Renlock himself. My friends, it pleases this old pirate's heart to see you gathered once again on the deck of the Brass Bird. Although my time has passed, I have found one last treasure for you to plunder. To ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, I have put a few tests in your way. I am sure they are nothing you can't handle together. To open the way, sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coasts of Varesia. Return home, but then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow my dream and sail to the River Kingdoms and retire in peace. And then the bird's head like snaps forward with a clank, and it just looks at you, looks back over at Levana. Hollow.
Well, I heard loot, so I'm in.
Aye.
It seems we've got our puzzle.
It does not seem like too hard of a puzzle if it's saying go to Varesia, like we're gonna go there and figure out. I don't know. It says to plunder the coasts, just attack every ship we see. It's a little vague.
It was like the captain to leave such clues. So vague, though.
If it is a test, it is to see if we're capable, as he thought we were, as he knew we were.
Jadrin, you're more than capable. We all know that, but this seems like a trap of some sort. It doesn't seem like the captain.
Well, I'll tell you what did not seem like the captain, and that was giving up when the ships closed around us. I know it had been a hard time, and we've been chased by that armada for forever, but he just said to give up, and we all went to jail. It was very disappointing. So perhaps this is what he was really hiding? Something for his crew for later.
No. Never. He would have no reason. He was good to all of us. Never a reason to wrong us like that. No.
Well, in the end, maybe he wants to give us this treasure.
And it's a clever way to hide it.
I will accept this apology from the captain if it gives me enough gold to get my own ship.
We're off to Varesia then?
I guess.
To Varesia.
Home of the pirates. So, Jim, since we are also pirates, do we know a little bit about Varesia?
You know directions on how you would get there if you had a vessel that would be able to take you there. The problem being that the Brass Bird absolutely does not look like it'll be going anywhere ever again.
Not with that attitude.
However, as you're looking at the wheel, as I mentioned, it doesn't seem to be nearly as broken as the rest of the ship, almost as if it was completely untouched by time and the elements. And as you're looking at it, you notice that the wheel itself looks a little bit like a compass, with the top marked with an N for north, and each of the other cardinal directions moving clockwise, east, south, west. The center of the wheel featuring the curl of a wave. And as you're looking at it, the bird that is on Levana's shoulders hops back over to the wheel and starts like pecking at it.
Elsier, it seems like something magical is happening, maybe.
Perhaps. Can I do an Arcana check on it or a detect magic?
Sure. You focus for a little bit. You don't detect the presence of any magic in the area.
No,
What direction? Well, go ahead.
it's not magical.
What direction is the city that we want?
You can make a. No, you're good. You would know that from where you are, Varizia would be
West? $10 on West.
Well, it would be to the east,
Damn.
but
Give me that money.
if Captain Renlock's message said to open the whale sail from the home of the pirates, and if he's talking about from the home of the pirates, he would probably be referring to the Shackles, and
Right.
Varizia is north of the Shackles.
And we are right now close to the Shackles?
I forget exactly where I said you were in relation to the Shackles, but
So I basically want to move the wheel as if we were sailing in that direction. See
Sure.
if anything happens.
Sure. Which would you move it to the? So basically, the way it is right now, north is on top.
Yes.
Which way do you want to turn the wheel?
If Varizia is to the east and the Shackles is, like you said, north of Varizia or northeast. So I'll just slightly shift north so it's like facing like the northeast or whatever
Sure.
the front direction would be. Yeah.
The wheel starts to turn, and as it turns, you almost hear this like really dull. It sounds almost too far away and faint to really get a grasp on it at first. But there's this like almost like a clanking of chains as you turn the wheel. It turns very, very easily, and you turn it slightly, and you're sort of holding it to the northeast, and nothing happens at first.
But you can at first.
Well, nothing is happening currently while you're holding it.
We heard something in the distance.
Yeah, you hear something, and it sounds like a really, really. It almost sounds like it's coming from under your feet, but also not like it's like almost like a really, really, really low thunder. It's sort of hard to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but something happened when you started turning the wheel. That much you're very certain of.
We're blessed, is what I'm thinking. So I'll continue to turn, and any of you with your brave, bold, intelligent, and much more witty than my.
Oh my god. Okay, I hear you asking for help, but you can't ask for it directly. So what I want to do is while Jadron is turning it, I want to use my maybe thievery skills, my experience with picking locks, safes maybe, to listen to the noises to tell him like, stop or go. Something like that.
Yeah, like a safe crack.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you start. You sort of like put your ear to the deck where you heard this sound, and you're sort of listening for it very intently. Jadron, what do you do?
I'll just keep spinning the wheel.
All right, you keep spinning the wheel. Kako, make a perception check.
Yay! First roll. Okay. Ooh, that's 20.
Yeah.
Not natural. 30-20.
Okay. Sure, dirty 20. You turn the wheel and you keep going, and Kako doesn't say anything. Keep going, and you get all the way back around to where north is back on top. And then Kako, you hear something deep. It sounds deep below, like shifts very subtly, and like that safe cracker instinct kicks in. You're like, this is it. This stop here.
Okay, I shoot my hand up. Stop right there. I think we have it here.
Okay. But nothing happened. Like, you guys are looking around and nothing else happens. Kako, you're fairly certain that you were correct, something here, but there's not, like, there must be more to it.
Oh.
And you do recall that the bird had said several things.
Oh god. And let's look at what they were.
Do we go below at all? Maybe.
Okay.
Levana's going to look around at the wreckage and see if there's anything else that has that same quality of time hasn't really touched it.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, 16?
16. Yeah, you don't see anything else. It very obviously everything else is like rotting away. You are in fact shocked to see that the captain's wheel is in any kind of repair, because like it should be just as dilapidated as everything else. The only other thing that you recall is that each of you
the map. We had a
were
map
given pieces of a map, which you also know fit together in some way. But you recall that the map had not only the place to meet, but there were little clues on everybody's pieces of map.
Levana actually says that out loud. The map, and pulls out her piece.
I'll pull the piece out from my belt.
I'll give my piece to Levana.
Sure.
Take my piece.
As you're gathering up the pieces of the treasure map, you can see that they fit together very obviously. There's no trick to it. They all definitely go together, but there are scribbles on each piece. One of the pieces says, begin your journey going with the tide, then against, and finally against. Another piece says, make an offering to Gozra, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. Another piece of the map says, pay homage to the lost, but take neither spear nor blade to win the pirate king's treasure. And the final piece says, that which is valued most takes its place last. Taken all together, none of them seem to make much sense. However, you do note that as you're looking at the map, you can see that like the ship is on the map, and this must be a map of the island that you're looking at, though you don't see any of these other locations from where you are. Perhaps, but you also recall that Kahlo had mentioned something about opening the way forward. And you note that the piece of the map where the ship is, one says, begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against.
Oh, I think I know what this means now that we have. I think this pieces of the map are where we are on our journey right now. So we're on the part of the map with the boat. Then this wheel thingy seems to be unlocking, and maybe it needs to do a few more rotations. So we turned it one way to the right. Is that correct, Jadrin? We did.
Yes. Yes, one way around.
And then it says to go home again. So put it back one more time the opposite way.
Against the tide.
I'll start rotating it back.
Against.
Okay. So you rotate it back left until you get all the way back up
north
to do you take it all the way back up to a full 360, or
I'll keep going until Kako tells me to stop, basically, if Kako is still listening.
Kako, go ahead and make if you're still listening, go ahead and make a
perception. That's a 29. Jeez.
29. Yeah, this time he gets about halfway around until you would be navigating south, and then you hear that like some deep shift where you're like, that's it, don't move any further.
Okay. So far so good.
And then with the tide, so we're gonna rotate it back right and finally against, so it would go backwards.
Let's give it a shot.
As you say, and we'll rotate it against the tide.
Okay, rotating it. You had just gone against the tide. Sorry, so
and then we'll go with the tide.
Then back with it. You would go with the tide. Okay.
Opposite direction, then.
Yeah.
Kako, are you still just listening for those?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a 28.
Nice.
28.
Nice.
This time, the wheel gets to where it's pointing to the east. You hear that deep shift, and you know that that's where you need to stop.
All right, so far so good. Again.
And finally against.
And then the last one.
All right, Kako, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, 24.
24. You turn the wheel against the tide. This time it goes all the way back until it is pointing north, and that subtle shift happens again, but this time it is followed a grinding of stone on stone as a portion of the island begins to actually sink down into the ground, revealing a tunnel that will take you deep into the interior of the island.
Up is down.
It's so elaborate.
I really thought we had to go to Valencia, but I guess not. That was a wheel problem. Okay, all right. We've got some puzzles happening. We are more than capable of solving all of them.
Aye,
Maybe.
Captain's clever. Combination lock. What a... It's better than the rest of us.
Shall we?
It looks like we have a clear path. We just follow the map.
So we're just going to jump in this hole here? There's a hole.
I can go first, if you would prefer.
Oh, yes, please, go first.
Oh, my goodness. I want to check for traps before we enter this hole. This random hole that is open.
I think Jodrin can check for traps as he walks down in there.
If you would like, I would be glad to. My true pleasure.
Indeed.
Oh, all right, well, let's see how this plays out then. Go ahead, Jodrin. You check for traps. I will watch you with great interest.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna start looking behind rocks and patting the ground as I'm walking along, I guess.
The whole time
hop into the hole.
I'm taking mental photographs so I can remember this very dumb moment. It's very funny to me.
You've gotta do better. You make up for the mistakes of the past. Make up for the mistakes of the past. In the name of Amadri, make up for the mistakes in the past. He's just mumbling to himself.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you explore along the floor of the tunnel.
Maybe he really has changed.
Should I secretly help him or should I vindictively not help him? I'm trying to decide.
You should secretly help him.
Yeah, I want to secretly help him, please.
Okay.
I don't want
Go
to
ahead and make a perception check yourself then.
Okay.
That's a 23.
Oh, dang.
23. Okay.
I
might not have needed that help.
High rolls. Let's go.
As you're making your way forward, you don't see anything that appears to be out of place or dangerous. However, you do, as you are approaching a larger chamber up ahead, you do start to hear noises. It sounds like a brief spats of this chittering sound, and then the click of something on stone, and it's pretty consistent up ahead. And then sounds of movement. Sometimes, occasionally, a shifting of rocks. There's definitely movement up ahead as you are approaching a wider chamber.
Mm-hmm. There's something ahead. Movement,
do be
shifting,
careful,
something of danger.
Well,
as
rush
long as
ahead
you all
if you
are
want
okay.
to. Either way, I totally support your decision to run ahead or be careful. I'm here for it either way.
Well, I must be careful if I am to not get all of you in trouble. That would be worse.
I think we'll be fine, but okay.
What would you like me to do?
Just go forth, and I'm gonna go right up next to him and kind of do one of these after you.
In the name
sorry. I was gonna say before Jadrin goes forward, I want to secretly cast guidance on him so that he'll be okay.
Okay.
So basically, I sneak up behind you and I kind of tap your shield. This lasts for a minute. You get a +1 competency bonus to a single attack, saving roll, or skill check.
Bless. All right. Well, in the name of Aomede, ahead I go. And I'll start walking ahead.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
Sure. You make your way into the entrance of a rough-hewn chamber that has fallen into disrepair. The western wall of this chamber has collapsed partially, and dirt, rock, and other plant debris litter the floor, nearly obscuring a large leaf pattern made from green quartz. The tip of the leaf ends in a brackish pool of water. Rising up from the water is a mold-encrusted stone statue of a woman who appears to be rising up out of a wave of water with seaweed for hair, her arms held high in supplication to the sky above. This faint clicking and rustling sound can be heard from near to the collapsed wall, but its source is not immediately apparent. There are a lot of rocks and debris in the way, but you know that there is something over there moving around, perhaps several somethings. In fact, at this point, why don't we go ahead and put you guys on the map? If you'll refer to your roll 20s, I know that I have Jadron up front of this group, and then you guys all have control of your tokens, so you guys can put yourself in relation to him wherever you want to be, and we'll go through and see what happens.
I'll stay where I am, I think, and I want to stealth.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Stealth. That is a 18.
18, okay. Is anybody else?
When Levana sees this statue, does it remind her of like worshiping Gozra or anything like that?
You actually, as you're looking at especially that leaf pattern on the floor, you recognize it immediately because it is none other than the holy symbol of Gozra.
Aha!
It is very likely. It's difficult to tell just looking at the statue because it's so covered in mold and seaweed and it's just sort of broken with time. But you would guess that statue is in fact the female aspect of Gozra. She is often depicted as either a woman coming up out of the waves or as an old man in the storm, in a storm cloud.
We are on the right path. This place, it has Gozra's energy, but there's something I don't trust about it.
I'm gonna try to be stealthy. I don't have that necessarily, but could I still roll for some form of stealth?
Yeah, you can still attempt to be stealthy. It is a dex-based skill, so you would just add your dexterity modifier if you're not trained in it at all.
Cool. That's gonna be a 19.
19. You're actually doing better than Kako. How'd that?
Oh, wow.
I got a big dex bonus.
I'm just very distracted by trying to play tricks on Jadron right now. So.
I'm gonna clutch my holy symbol of Ayamede.
Okay.
Okay. Well, onward, I suppose, and just start moving in.
Yeah,
like an idiot.
Sure.
Well,
You get about 10 feet into the chamber when the source of all that clicking and clacking becomes quite apparent. You see 4 giant insects. They look like ants. They are moving debris as if they're trying to tunnel through this collapse in the wall, but they stop their work as you boldly step into this chamber and begin heading towards you in a swarming mass. And at this point, we will roll initiative. Those of you who were sneaking forward, you can roll stealth as your initiative if you would prefer to start the combat undetected. But if you want to forego that, you can roll perception. You just won't start combat undetected.
Oh, but my perception's so much better.
I know, that's the tricky trade-off.
It's so cool being level 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yay!
Very different.
6, 7, 8, 9. 29 for me.
29.
With stealth.
22.
Impressive.
24.
Oh, Levana also got a 24. Her dex
dang.
modifier is +2.
Wow.
Oh, that's how you...
Jadron, what was your modifier?
For dexterity?
For what? For perception or for your initiative
sorry.
roll? What did you add to your die?
Yeah. My perception is an 11.
Okay.
Shit.
So put Levana next, and then sorry, I missed yours, Elsier.
22.
22 for Elsier. You have beat, and then did you roll stealth or did you roll perception?
I rolled perception.
Perception. Okay, so Kako, you are currently undetected because you went with stealth. So as of right now, those creatures can't see you, but they do see the rest of your companions, and they are angry about it. However, you got the jump on them. So Kako, you are actually up first. What do you want to do now? If you move forward, you can stealth forward to remain undetected. You would roll stealth, and you would move at half speed.
Okay.
But sorry, you would move at half speed, and then at the end of your movement, you roll stealth again. I'll actually roll it as a secret check. And then if you're successful, they still don't notice you. Unsuccessful, they found you out. Bad news.
Okay, cool. Why am I so far back behind everyone else?
That's a great question.
Let me. Sorry, everyone was moving and I was not paying attention. Okay, so let's say I said from there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's measure. Sorry, my mouse is being kind of crazy, so I gotta.
No worries.
My movement is 25 feet, and my mouse is not
Okay.
flying. It's very good. So half of that is what? God damn it, 12. Sorry, swear words.
You basically move 10 feet if you're stealthing.
Okay,
along.
I will move the 10 feet in stealth, as you mentioned, and try to stay concealed. And then I would like to hold action there until everyone else goes, if I can do that.
No, once you can ready an action, because you can basically you can spend the rest of your 2 actions readying an action, and then you would tell me, like, you would give me a trigger and an action that you would take, but you can't just reserve the other 2 actions to do.
I will do that thing then. So let's roll my stealth first, or do you do it?
All right. I got you on the stealth. It doesn't. You get to that position, and it does not look like these creatures have noticed you.
Dope. And then the action I'm going to ready is, oh my god, there's so many things to pick from. Ooh. I'm going to wait until if I become in melee range with one of the ants, then I'm gonna do sneak attack. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't notice you, it's going to be a sneak attack no matter which attack you use. So yeah.
But since we just started, do I have to draw my weapon first? I can't remember how this works. Like you would need to take an action to draw a weapon. However, I believe you also have the ability to use your beak as a natural weapon. Oh shit!
Which you do not need to draw because you would just peck if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, let's do some bird shit. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you're ready in action. If these things come up to you, you are gonna peck their little antenna off, and that takes up the rest of your 2 actions. But if they come within melee range, that will trigger. Okay. Next up, Gabe. What's happening?
I see these terrifying creatures. They're at a distance away from my companions, and it's better if I keep that. So I'm going to move my movement of 20 feet up to this one.
Alrighty.
1 action. Raise my shield as an action.
All right.
And then just take a regular strike.
All right. You would have to draw a weapon.
Well, that's fine. Well, actually, so I'll use an action to pull my weapon out. But because of sudden charge, if you end your movement within melee reach of at least 1 enemy, you can make a melee strike against that enemy. Nice. Sudden charge.
Okay. Go ahead and take a shot.
Yeah. Okay. So that is 26.
26 hits, big time.
All right. 4, 3, and 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 slashing damage.
11 points of damage. You cut right into this thing's carapace. It gnashes its mandibles at you, trying to catch your blade and rip it free from your hand as it writhes in pain, but you are too quick for it, and it is bleeding this horrible ichor. But it's still up. It's still mad. And that is, I believe, the end of your turn, which takes us to Levana's turn.
Levana is going to take some quick steps. 5, 10, 15 up to here. And as she's moving, you can see that she's readying a spell. She's concentrating, and there's this flow of water around her. And she flicks her fingers so that this water bullet curves around and hits. I don't know if you can see my marker, in between the 2 ants on the far side. And she's casting Soundburst.
Soundburst. Is that where I'm going to ping a spot? Is that where you wanted it?
Except for on the other side, because the goal is to scare them into moving closer towards Jadra.
Gotcha. So you're trying to herd them as well. Excellent use of the spell. I believe those are fortitude saves on my part. Yes,
for both of those.
All right.
And
make a fortitude save.
What is my DC now? 21.
21. Yikes. That is going to be 2 failures.
Okay, on failure, the creature takes full damage and is deafened for 1 round. So let's roll out that damage. That's 15 points of damage.
Oh, God.
It was a 9 and a 6.
This blast of noise just shudders through both of these ants. You can actually see cracks forming in the black shells of their armor carapace, and they are throwing their heads about, gnashing their mandibles, stomping on the ground, turning about as if confused. Definitely a fantastic use of the spell. Elsier, you just saw Levana throwing spells about like a boss. How are you going to respond?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna respond with some magic missiles. How about that?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Let's blow some creatures up.
Great. How many actions?
Well, I have the range, but do I have a line of sight on one of them?
From where you're standing, you can see all of them. Yeah.
Okay. Without hitting I probably wouldn't care too
Their
much.
magic missiles unerringly strike you. They automatically hit, even around like your companions and stuff. So you don't need to worry about it.
Great. I'm gonna target whichever one hasn't been hit yet. Maybe.
All right, that would be the guy that I'm gonna ping right now.
Great.
That guy hasn't been touched yet.
I'll use 3 actions.
3 actions for 3 magic missiles. Go ahead and just roll damage, because there's nothing I can do about it.
It's gonna be 4, 7, 8, 9 plus 3, so 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 points of damage. 3 bolts of magical energy go flipping around Jadrin's head and slam into one of the ants on the far side of the one that he is targeting.
Good shot!
What do Elsier's magic missiles look like? What do Elsier's magic missiles look like?
What do they look? Sorry, I can't really hear you.
Sorry, which one? What do they look like? They could be anything. Shooting out of you.
Oh, they could be anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never cast a magic missile as a player before, so this is exciting. I like to picture Elsier's magic being this greenish blue hue, where I feel like most people think of magic missile as like fireball-esque, very fiery or anything similar. This is really just this giant force. And they kind of look like little arrows being shot through the sky, surrounded in this bluish green magic, and one by one sticking into the target before like this little magical burst of force.
Nice. Well, they were certainly effective, and this ant is in dire peril. However, it is now the ant's turn. All 4 of them begin converging, rushing forward to strike out at the intruders. One of them not having to go very far at all is actually going to start with the guy that is right next to Jadrin. He is going to just start chomping with the mandibles. Comes in with a bite for his first attack. And that is going to hit an armor class of 25.
That hits.
That hits. All right. So it tries to wrap its mandibles around you. You feel this crushing pain as they puncture armor. You take 12 points of damage. Yikes. And then this creature just tries to grab you and like hold on to you with its mandibles. So this is going to be against your Fortitude DC, which is 10 plus your Fortitude bonus. As this thing tries to grab on. And that is going to be a 25 again.
10 plus Fortitude bonus, you said?
Yep.
It doesn't seem like this is going to be good. 25?
25.
Yeah.
All right, so it just grabs you in its mandibles and is holding you there, and you see its abdomen lift up, and it lances forward with a stinger as its final action. While you are grabbed, you are flat-footed and immobilized. So flat-foot is going to give you a -2 penalty to your armor class. The stinger is coming in hot, but it is a weak roll, only an 11 total. So it's still just it's like trying to get through your armor, but the plating is too strong, can't make it through. But you can see this like venom oozing off the end of it, and you realize just how lucky you were to avoid getting stabbed.
Ooh.
The other ants begin to converge as well, trying to help their companion. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer now.
They don't have to do that.
They don't have to, right? One of them is going to just start making its way over. And with one action, it's going to get right up next to Levana. And it's going to try to bite her.
Oh.
Levana, that is a 21 against AC.
I'm 19. Yeah, that'll hit.
19. So it just grabs you with the jaws. That is going to be 11 points of slashing damage, and it too is going to just try to hold you in place, grabbing onto you. This is going to be against your Fortitude DC, which is 10 plus your Fortitude bonus.
That's a plus 12, so 22.
You're pretty good at it. I only had a weak roll too, so a total of 12 on that attempt to grab you. So I assume that it's going to go ahead and miss.
Not on my watch.
Not on your watch. With its third action, it is going to try to just bite you again. It really wants to see if it can hold on to you. And that is going to be, because I'm taking a second attack with the penalties, it's only going to be a 20, which I know barely misses. So it just,
it does hit.
You had a,
I had a 19.
Okay. For some reason I was thinking you had a 21, but that was because it was your
That's my spell DC.
Gotcha. So it does get you again, this time dealing 7 points of slashing damage. But it doesn't have another action to attempt to grab you, so it won't be able to. The ants come marching in. One of them is just going to skitter right up next to Jadrin, and it is going to try to bite him as he's being held by its companion. This one, a little bit weaker with a total of a 21.
Nope, that'll miss.
All right, misses. Even with the flat-footed, can't get through that armor. You're just too tough. It is going to go ahead and try to bite you again with its second action, but with an even weaker roll. And then for its third action, it is going to actually go ahead and try to stab you with that stinger. Crit fishing with the stinger. Let's see if I can do it. No, not even close. No, I couldn't even do that anyway because I had to move. My bad. So no stinger occurred in a hypothetical world where there was a stinger occurring.
I don't like this hypothetical.
One of these creatures, though, has enough movement. It can't move through. It's going to take the long way around to try to get out to Elseer, who is way back in the back. However, as it's moving, it has to take 2 whole actions to get there. And as it moves, it does go right past Kako, which would trigger your ready to action to strike with that beak. So as it passes by, you can take that action.
It doesn't count as like flat-footed or anything, or?
It is flat-footed because it doesn't know you're there.
Oh, cool.
So you're hidden. So yeah, you're gonna be able to. If you hit, you'll get that sneak attack damage.
Understood. Okay, so roll to hit with my beak. Yikes! That is beep. That is a 20 to hit.
20 does it.
Okay, cool. But that's not a crit, right? So
no, it's just a regular hit.
That's a 6 plus 1 piercing, so that's 7. Does anything else happen when hitting while flat-footed?
Yeah, you get those sneak attack dice.
Oh right. Plus 2d6, so that's my first time. That's another 6.
Yay!
And a 3.
Right.
That's 12 plus 3 plus 1.
All right.
Yeah, 16.
Thank you. Thank you, Xander.
Yeah.
As it's moving past you, you just stab out with your beak and catch it right in the joint between its neck and its thorax, and just jab in there and start. You open your beak a little bit, like prying its head off, and the head actually pops off and starts rolling forward, and it rolls and lands right at Elseer's feet, and its mandibles are still clicking and clicking and clicking, but it can't. It's just mindless now. It can't do anything. The whole rest of the hulk of this creature.
There's like ant juice like flowing all over my face and my shirt. I'm just like, I feel alive again.
Yeah, Elseer's gonna look over at Kako and be like, "Well done.
We are back, baby."
Some things never change.
We'll unpack this later.
That was that creature's turn, and I think I'm done for the round, which means that the whole round is over.
Ooh.
And it's Kako's turn. You're up.
Cool. I'm gonna take an action to take out my crossbow.
Yep.
And then I want to use another action to activate my potency crystal, which makes it a +1 weapon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot.
All right. Now, the only trick
I
that I know you're not going to like
Okay.
is I believe the hand crossbow has a reload of 1.
Uh-huh.
Which means you have to take an action to load it.
Son of a bitch. Okay, then I would say on this round I don't activate the potency crystal. I load it instead, and I shoot for normal time.
Sure. I can do that.
I aim at the
ping your target for me.
Oh, boop. I don't know how to do that. It's the one in front of Lavana.
Lavana?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Now Lavana's going to provide that soft cover, so it's going to get a +1 bonus to its armor class, but you're still hidden, so it's all good. It'll end up. You'll still have a
because it's still a sneak attack.
Oh yeah, it'll still be sneak attack. This creature doesn't know you're there.
Cool. I do that thing. That is a whatever 17 plus 14 to hit is probably a lot, and then
yeah. That's 31. Because this creature is flat-footed, that is going to be a critical hit.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So
roll all your damage twice. Now your sneak attack dice also get that crit bonus, so it's going to be you doubling those sneak attack damage dice as well.
So that's 4d6 for the sneak attack, and then for the crossbow, that hold on, let me just start. This is crazy. Please, Andrew, start doing some math.
Okay.
2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2.
9.
Just for sneak attack.
9.
9. So then plus the damage is 1d6 piercing. Plus 5.
14.
And then so that's 14 damage.
Don't forget you roll your 1d6 for the weapon twice because it's a crit as well.
And yes, that's one more. So plus 2 is
16.
What did you say? 16?
16.
16, and then I have weapon tricks that says when I critically succeed an attack against a flat-footed creature, I get to apply the critical specialization, but I don't know what that means.
Nice. So it means that if your weapon that you're using, it might have a critical specialization.
Oh, okay.
Some weapons do special things with criticals, and you would get to apply it. However, even if you had a weapon specialization or a crit specialization, I don't need to know what it is because the creature's already dead. You can't hurt it. You can't hurt it any further because you have this.
I just have so many things that happen when it's a crit hit. It's very exciting. It's all highlighted.
It just blasts through this creature as it is trying to rear back so it can stab Lavana with its stinger, and you obliterate it with a well-placed shot.
Thank you.
I love adventure. What can I say?
Jadrin, it's your
all right.
turn.
I'm gonna try to stab at the one that's got me clamped. I don't like it.
Yeah,
very uncomfortable. Idea. Oh God, let's go. So that's a nat 20 for a total of 36.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. All right. So we know that's a hit.
Yeah, let me have this. Okay. 15, 21, 29, 33 slashing damage.
Wow.
It is no more. There is just a pile of twitching goo and mandible and like legs flying everywhere as you just flay this creature to shreds.
I'm gonna pirouette and then strike at the other one that's left.
Yes.
Oh yeah, go for it.
-5. That's a 26.
26 is a hit.
All right.
Not a crit, but you got him.
I'll take it. 15 points of slashing damage.
Good lord. Okay.
Yep.
So the strong guy. You almost slice through like 3 of this creature's legs, but it manages to hold itself together, perhaps by a simple sheer force of will. It is still alive. It is. I got
one more action.
Aha!
Yep, you sure do.
It's, you know what? I'm happy to say it. It's only a -10, and his attack is high enough that I don't care. That's 15 plus 6 is a 21.
21 does it. You got him.
Wow.
I love this character. 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points. You hack the rest of this creature to pieces. And moments later, you're just standing there covered in bug guts. But these things are no more.
Well done, everyone.
Just like old times. Gather around, everybody. And she's going to call everybody towards where she is, towards this water at the base of the leaf.
Mhm.
And you see her sort of pray for a minute, turn into this to the reflection of the water. And I'm going to cast 3-action heal. So just in a
Ooh,
burst.
nice.
Is it the Jadran and who else was hurt?
I think it was just me.
Jadran and Levana got hurt too.
Just the tank. Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Levana got some damage.
Okay.
Can I, while we're having this like small break,
Mhm.
I my guidance is a cantrip, so can I just like cast on everybody like right now? Is there no limit
You
to
can, yeah.
just like go wild? Okay.
Yeah, it only lasts for a minute, but
Cool. I just take my talon out and I scratch everyone real quick, just in case we get into another fight one more time. And just again, guidance is a +1 competency. Does that mean it's an extra dice, or does that mean
no, it's just a +1 to the roll. So it's just a
Okay,
+1 bonus to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we each get back 7 hit points. Gabe.
Ooh,
Now,
perfect.
did you cast that with the heightened dice? So because you're a
Oh.
higher level cleric, you can heighten it to 3rd level, which actually give you 3d8 when you
Got it.
use,
So I'll roll 2 more
first.
d8. That is adding, what did I say? 12 plus 7, 19 total. Back.
Oh, let's go. Healed up.
Same. I needed it.
And I believe actually, for all of you who are casting spells at higher levels, let me know if you are using heightened versions of your spells, because those can actually give you a lot of extra boosts.
Cool. And so yeah, there's just this drop of meditative reflection as it spreads out and heals the two of us.
Wow. Still as good as that you were in the past.
And now we have this, and she'll turn to look at the statue.
Yeah, standing before you again. It's a very run down statue. It is covered in moss and mold and seaweed, barely recognizable as that of a woman. But now that you're looking at the leaf on the ground, you note that, oh, indeed, it must be a representation of Gozra herself rising up out of the waves. As you're looking at that, you recall one of the sections of the map said, make an offering to Gozra, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath.
Oh, we don't have to finish that. We could just do the first part. And
Just the first part. Just.
So yeah, Levana will go up and start praying to Gozra. Again, having tapped into that magic, but
Yeah.
it's in the back of her mind that it might need to be something more substantial.
Mm-hmm.
Should we like hold on to a rock or like hide or something if there's a storm coming in? I don't know how literal this storm is going to be.
I mean, if someone has to worry the storm, I can always do that. So there's less to worry about.
You're going to weather the storm?
If possible, yes.
And how do you tend to do that?
However you tell me to.
So if we told you to stand in that water and a lightning bolt came down to strike you, you would do it.
Better me than you. At least now.
You are not the Jadran we once knew.
Oh, it's an act. Don't let it fool you.
Right. I'm sorry. You're right, Elsier.
Yes. An act. Of course.
Mental photograph. Okay, so
Jadran stands in the water.
He's standing in the water.
Elsier casts a lightning bolt? No, I'm just
what kind of offering, Lavana, what kind of offering do you think the statue would like? I mean, your goddess, sorry. Statue goddess.
Well, this is all based off of, we're assuming, what the captain would want if he's responsible for these puzzles. It could be accurate to what Gosra would want or require, or it could be what the captain interpreted it as.
I'm going to wipe off some of the ant blood on me and just like toss it in the offering hand of the statue. Listen, I think the captain loved adventure and they loved battling and loved death, and I think this is what they would want. The blood of our enemies. And I throw some ant blood in. Does that do anything?
Yeah, you throw some of the gross, nasty bug guts in there, and a few seconds, like they sort of ripple in the water, but nothing happens.
Well, I'll try my best. Who's next?
Can I detect magic?
Sure. You do detect a presence of magic in the chamber.
There seems to be some form of magic here.
Would I be able to do maybe like a religion check to see if anything?
Absolutely.
May I also do a religion check? Actually,
yeah, you can.
Oh, right, you've got.
Yeah, I'm a man of faith.
If my character's not, can I do an occultism check?
No, occultism wouldn't really apply here.
A 31.
31.
Show off.
You know that frequently Gosra requires sacrifice, and hardship is a big part of being faithful to Gosra. And you know that in fact, if there is a presence of Gosra here, you might include an apology for what might be considered an insult from what Kako had done, throwing the bug guts into
I did my best.
That was my best. But you know that Gosra would require, if this is some kind of offering or sacrifice to Gosra, it would require something that has value to the person putting it up into the pool.
So would I know that same thing at a 24?
Indeed, you would. You would absolutely know that if there's some kind of sacrifice being called for here, it has to be something that has some value to the person.
Jadrin pulls out a tankard that all of you would recognize, a tankard from when you were sailing early on back with the captain initially.
And as you do that, Levana goes, "See, he hasn't changed at all. It's that same old thing."
And he cheers one last time, Captain. And then he just slowly puts it in the water.
Okay. Place it in the pool where you're actually still standing.
Yep.
And as the offering sinks, you note that it sinks much, much deeper than just the stones that you can clearly see. It's almost as if this sinks out of view, even though you're standing in ankle-deep water. And as it disappears beneath the water, you hear a voice that rises from the statue. Those who seek the blessing of the wind and the waves must face the storm's fury. And as the voice fades, the water from the pool actually begins to recede from where you're standing, gathering itself up into like a wave. And the wave itself is almost like it has, you see like a face in it, as if it were a creature made of water. And you smell this brackish, rotting smell. And this wave starts to roll forward in an attack.
The funniest thing is
initiative again.
Gabe literally considered this as a possibility, but I'm like, you're never that right. You're never that right. There's no way you're not inside of a water elemental when this starts. That'd be ridiculous.
You were exactly that correct.
Yeah.
But now you've got a water mech suit, so just wear it.
Get vengeance on everybody. Now you're all dead.
22.
22 for Elsier.
25.
29 for Levana.
Lavana, and you say 23, Kako?
Yes.
All right. Even though you could almost you almost felt like you could expect it, you are still surprised to see this creature rising up out of the pool around you. And we will go back to our map. I'm actually adjusting where you guys were since you guys were up by this creature.
Oh, cool. In water. Nice.
Yep. And this creature, which is right next to Jadrin, is going to come down on him like a torrential wave, blasting into him right in front of him. Against your AC, my friend, that is a 28.
Yeah. Can I dramatically look back at my party and kind of like softly smile as this thing like slaps me?
Absolutely. I'll allow it.
Yeah, that hits.
As it does, you get blasted. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are pushed backwards. You actually go sailing back just 5 feet from where you were.
Is he out of the water on that ledge, or is he still in the water?
He's still technically in the water there.
All right.
I mean, you can electrocute me. I know you want to do it. It's fine. Fine.
Someone gave me electric powers. I'm just saying.
This creature has enough reach that it can pummel you again from where it's standing without moving forward at all.
Yo, this
so
is
it's going to go ahead and try to surge forward once again.
Like beat down, smashed against the wall, and then this wave comes a second time.
Comes against you again with a 23 against AC.
That just hits because my shield is not up.
It's like you are just trying to get to your feet, recovering as you got pushed back, and again it slams into you just before you can recover and regain your footing. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you get pushed back another 5 feet.
And it was how much damage?
It was 13 points of bludgeoning damage for its third one. Did you happen to move yourself already, or?
I did. So I moved back the 10 feet total.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. And then so for its third action, this thing is just going to like surge forward to be right up next to everybody. Get all up in everybody's face. The Wrath of Gozra has come.
Why is your God doing this to us?
I don't know.
I feel like we did the right thing and not the wrong thing, so I don't know why we're being punished.
Well, Lavana, in your moment of calm, you realize, that this is Gozra. Sometimes you are blessed by the sea. Sometimes the storm comes and washes you all overboard. There's no malice in it. It is simply the tossing and turning of the waves. That is how Gozra does. But it's your turn.
Yeah, so she's flashing back to the moment that she realized that she was Undyne and she had this sort of elemental within her as well. Can she do any sort of check to see if there is a weakness or anything evident on the water elemental?
You can use Arcana or Nature to gain some information about this creature.
Gotcha. I think I'll do Nature.
Sure.
19?
19. You know that this is, it's definitely some kind of water elemental, and it's right on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite recall what is it that drives these things. How can you defeat it? You're not quite sure. Now you can retry the check, but just keep in mind every check that you try is an action.
Got it. Instead, she's going to shift tactics and she survived that storm and stayed out on the deck when nobody else did. And she remembers the crashing waves and dancing atop them. She summons up the courage of that moment and she points at this elemental and she casts Command.
Command, you say? Okay.
So
I believe that's
a will save.
All right.
This is 21.
All right, and that is only a 16, so that's not gonna do it.
It's a failure, right? Yeah.
Just checking my stuff. Yep, that is a failure. Yeah.
So for the first action on its next turn, the creature must do as you command. It can't use reaction until it has done so. Lavana is just going to sort of hold her ground as if fighting the storm and just say, halt.
Okay. Creature must spend one action basically doing nothing on its next turn, but you know that won't hold it for long. Do you have anything? It was a 2-action spell?
Yep.
All right, so 1 to recall knowledge, 2 actions for the spell. You look real baller doing it, though, just standing there against the wave, commanding it to stop before you. And Jadrin, you regain your composure, and it is now your turn.
Okay. No one will be washed away. And I'm going to use 1 action to raise my shield.
All right, shield up.
Another action to strike.
Okay.
Plus 16. 27.
27 is a hit.
All
Not
right.
a critical hit, though.
Not yet. For 8 points of slashing damage.
All right, you cut through it.
Slash.
It's sort of weird, just like cutting through water, but as your blade leaves the opposite side of its body, you see like bits of it go flying off from the force of the blow. You know you've heard it.
Leave them alone. Yeah, that's a nat 20 for technically a 31.
That's gonna do it. That is a critical hit.
Let's do it. 8, 9, 15, 21 points of slashing damage.
Okay, much stronger hit. You blast through this thing, and you can see you have diminished it in power.
I like to think of it as like a dog biting at a fire hose stream of just like just water going everywhere.
Perfect.
If Kako goes at it with its beak, that'll be very bad. But it is in fact Kako's turn.
Oh, okay. That was fast. If I cast a spell, do I have to put my weapon away or no? Is it like still out?
No, as long as you have one hand free, you can use
Cool.
use it.
I would like to try to use Electric Arc, but it's not
Sure.
AoE, right? It just says target 1 or 2 creatures, so I'm not gonna electrocute everybody. Are we cool?
You could though.
I'm not gonna do it.
You have the option.
Very funny joke, but someone's gonna die. Okay, I would like to. It takes 2 actions to cast Electric Arc.
Sure.
So yeah, it's in range. I think we're good. Saving throw is basic reflex.
Basic reflex save, and my total is a 22
What is it saving against? Sorry. I don't really know.
against your spell DC.
Oh, which is 20, so it doesn't work.
But you still deal half damage. So when you're doing with a basic save, I still take half damage on a success. It would only be a critical success would mean I take no damage. But,
Okay, excellente. So that is 3d4 plus charisma. So that's 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 10, 11, 12 divided by 2 is 6.
6 points of damage. So you blast this thing with lightning. It seems to almost absorb some of it, as if sort of making the storm a part of itself, dissipating some of that energy harmlessly. But it does take a bit of damage and roars in pain. You do have 1 action left, I believe, if you'd like to take it.
I'm going to load my crossbow with that action.
All right, the crossbow is loaded. And yeah.
And stay
Cool.
there.
That's your third one. So we go to Elsier.
I'd like to learn a little bit about this creature. What
Absolutely.
could I do?
Arcana and Nature are both acceptable skills for that.
Great. Arcana, here we go. Okay, that's going to be 24.
24. Sorry. You know that this is a creature, an elemental creature known as a living waterfall. Do you want to know something about its attacks or something about its defenses? Weaknesses. You know that this kind of elemental it has a feature known as waterbound, which means that if it's not touching water, it is slower than normal. So if you could get it out of that pool, it wouldn't be able to strike as quickly as it does now.
Am I allowed one more piece of knowledge or no?
And that's all you get
All
with
right.
that one.
I'm going to turn to Jadrin after watching him just get slammed by this living waterfall like 3 times. You know, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna cast and I'll kind of turn to Levana, and I'll say, we need to back up. And so I will take a step backward.
Yep.
And I will cast I'll do another magic missile.
All right.
So a 2 action, I believe.
Maybe 1 action, because recalling knowledge is an action. So you have 1
Copy
action.
that. Can I? Sorry.
Oh no, it's not AOE, is it? Magic missile.
No.
Oh yeah, you're all
Auto
toast.
hit.
Cool. And I worry because I feel like
It's one.
I feel like this is a trap. Okay.
No. If it were a fireball, maybe. Can I do it heightened?
I believe you can.
I mean, it says there is a heightened ability. I just
Yeah, does it list the level of the spell on your character sheet, like what level the spell is?
on my character sheet, it's a level 1.
Okay.
So would that make it a level 3?
No, because you would. So basically, if it's listed as, then you know the level 1 version of that spell. So.
Okay.
And they're not automatically heightened for sorcerers. They're different.
Okay, never mind. I'm just shooting one dinky little magic missile. Here we go. I only rolled a 1. So 2.
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Get it.
Get it indeed. You blast this thing. A chunk of it goes flying away. It is upset. It's not happy with any of you. And we're at the top of the round, so it's its turn. It sees that Elseer has backed away, and it reaches out to grab on to her and blasts her from 10 feet away against your AC, Elseer. That is going to be a 33.
Yeah, that's a critical.
Okie dokie.
Holy
This is gonna be nasty.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's nasty damage.
Don't kill me, Jim.
Oh gosh, 14 plus 14, 28 plus 14.
Oh my gosh.
Is 42 points of damage as it just crushes you
Does
with
the
a
command do anything?
piece of itself.
Jim, I only have 41 hit points.
Oh no. Well, it crushes into you, and instead of pushing you away, it pulls you like the tide, just ripping you back towards itself so that you are right where you started.
And unconscious and dying 1.
What?
Well, you got knocked down by a crit, so it's dying 2, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And then it turns its attention to Levana.
Did it just
And
take
tries
the
to
command of
slam
halt as
her.
like you can't move, or like what?
Well, no. Well, so you're right. You're right. I didn't take that into account. But what it has to do is it has to use its first action of the round to do nothing.
Yeah.
So its first action of the round is gone, missing. It loses the first action. However, it still has 2 more actions of the round that it can use. So its second action would have been to slam into Elseer. Its third and final action would be to strike at Levana for commanding it. But it doesn't get a third action after that. And in fact, we go from crit success to crit failure as I roll a natural 1.
Oh, good.
Tries to slam into Levana, but you just standing there so heroically, and almost like the holy symbol of Gozer that you wear around your neck, like flashes, and it recoils momentarily as if unable to strike at you. Perhaps a momentary reprieve from the goddess of the waves. That was its turn, and we move on to Levana.
Levana is going to quickly duck down and grab Elseer and move her out of the way. So let's do like over here, and we'll move together with Elseer.
All right, so you just grab onto her and drag her away. She's soaking wet. bleeding, probably internal hemorrhaging everywhere. You can already see like blossoms bruising.
Calm down.
It's horrible. She's basically done. You just leave her there. It's over.
As she's moving, you can see her quickly moving her fingers in a pattern, and it seems like there's water within Elsier that is slowly knitting together, and she's casting Stabilize, the cantrip.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So you are no longer dying. You're just at 0 hit points and unconscious, Elsier. So no longer dying.
Yeah. Am I wounded?
You will be wounded, unfortunately.
Okay. Wounded
And then she's going to take her final action to raise a shield.
Shield is up. Magical shield. Bubble of force appears around you, ready to stave off any incoming strikes. Jadrin, you watched. Oh, go ahead.
I will give you two, Jim, that I can be prone because I will be putting my attention to caring for Elsier.
Sure. So you are basically just like kneeling down on the ground, tending to Elsier. Jadrin, you watched as Elsier just got laid out. It was like, hey, let's back away. And as they were trying to back away, just get slammed to the ground and dragged, much like you got pushed, dragged back towards this creature. Luckily, Levana was there to stop the worst of it. And now it is up to you to save your companions.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay, so sudden charge lets you stride twice.
Yep.
So you have to stride twice. So I'm going to stride once over to where Levana and the other one is. I'm going to use an action for lay on hands to heal her for 6 points so that she can be conscious.
For Elsier.
For Elsier. And one more stride to bring me back to here in front of Kako. And with the sudden charge, since it was 2 strides and I'm within melee range, I can make 1 attack.
The sudden charge though is basically one, like it's one thing that you're doing. So you would stride twice and strike, but you can't separate the strides.
That's fine.
You would it basically allows you to. It is a charge. It is you are charging forward.
Is that 2 actions then, or is it 1 for that?
I believe it's 2 actions. It's 2 actions, and it gives you 2 strides and a strike. So it's basically a 2 for 3 deal. However, you can still do everything that you've just done with the 3 actions. You just can't also strike on top of that.
Yep,
but
cool. Then I'll just move back in front of Kako then.
Gotcha. So you rush back, heal up Elsier, and then rush back to stand in front of this horrible monstrosity.
And for 1 round, Elsier, you also have +2 to your AC.
Ooh, very nice.
Should we be getting out of the water? Was that a thing that we learned, or no? No one told us that.
I mean, you were still there, so I wasn't going to leave you to die.
I mean, we don't know. Our characters don't know. The water is bad. Okay.
Yeah. The water is bad. That is one thing we all know. And Kako, it is your turn. So how do you respond to this bad water?
Wait, do I know that? Well, no, I know that water is bad. The character monster. We don't know what Elsier found out, that being in the water makes it stronger or less.
Typically, I just go ahead because talking is a free action. I generally assume that unless your companions specifically want to keep information from you, that when it's like, oh, it's weak to fire or whatever, like that information gets shared unless the player says, no, I don't want to share that information. So I will assume.
Absolutely would have shared that with Kako. And of course, Levana.
I'm just gonna. I will just, be cool. I will use an action to sort of get just a little. I'm next to Jad, and I didn't.
Standing up there.
I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me. I'm gonna go ahead and use. Oh man, but that messes up my plan. Okay, I'm gonna use Electric Arc for my 2 actions then instead of what I was gonna do.
Sure.
Same thing, 1 target, and it has to do basic reflex, please, against a DC.
Basic reflex save. That is not great on the die. What's my bonus looking like? A total. 22 total.
God damn it. Okay, so he takes half damage. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt. It's okay. Try my best over here, little burb. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 3 is 10 divided by 2 is 5.
5 points of damage. This thing gets blasted by another bolt of electricity. You can see you guys are starting to wear it down, but it still has plenty of fight left in it.
And then I'm gonna I guess I can't do anything, but I'm just gonna look over at Jadran and be like, you should probably step like one step to the right or left and decide, 'cause the water is very bad. The water is very bad.
That makes
The
sense.
the water's bad. Elsier, you have been given new life.
Yes.
And it is your turn. You are prone on the ground with Lavana standing over you.
Oh, hell.
Down.
You
You've
think it's
got,
her.
6 hit points?
Yep.
I'm sorry? I have how many hit points?
6, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. I'm going to stand
Yep.
and all drenched and pissed off. I'm going to look at this creature and I'm going to shoot a giant lightning bolt at it.
Oh.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning.
Elsier has had enough.
Well, yeah,
I guess I'll make a basic reflex save.
indeed.
And that is a
Fail.
total of a 30.
Okay,
Oh.
well, you're going to take half damage, but it's 4d12, so
Okay. Yeah.
we're going to have fun with that one. Hang on. I never get to use my d12s, like ever. All right.
Yeah, lightning bolt. That's a heck of a spell.
4d12s, here it comes.
Do we get a
Oh, wow. I rolled a 12 on one of them.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Okay, hang on, I have to math.
Mhm.
So much math.
I'm just going to put this out there. I would give you a free step to the left if you wanted to include Jadrin in that line.
Nah,
That's
I'm
just
not
an
that
option for
petty.
you.
Not that petty, but
Just
that's
wanted
a
to give you the
total.
choice.
That's a total of 36 points of damage,
Wow.
but you're gonna take half, so you're gonna take
Oh, right.
18 points
18
of damage.
points of damage is almost, but not quite too much. This creature is just chunks of it are being blasted away. It's trying to reform itself as quickly as you guys are hacking at it. It is starting to be overwhelmed by the ferocity of your attacks, but it's still dangerous, and you know that anything could happen as we move on to the top of the next round. And it is this creature's turn. The living waterfall is going to try to blast Kako first.
Does my
Yeah.
nimble dodge do anything?
If you want to take your reaction as it comes at you, it sure does.
Yes, please.
All right, so you dip and dodge out of the way. That is going to give you a +2 bonus to your armor class.
Mhm.
And I hit an armor class of 27.
Oh, I have 22, so that would be a 24. So it still hits.
All right, still gets you, but sometimes that's even if it doesn't help you not get hit, it's still sometimes the difference between a crit and a hit. So keep that in mind as you are looking at using it in the future.
Yeah.
Ugh, but it's still going to be a beastly amount of damage. You are going to take 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
And it blasts you back 5 feet, so it knocks you away from itself
Oh.
as it does so, knocking you further away from your
My back
trusted friend and
more-
companion.
Okay.
Oh.
And then it is going to go ahead and try to strike out at Jadrin for its second action. With the minuses for that second attack, that might not be enough. So we are looking at, we're only looking at a 17 for that second attack, which I know you are going to easily be able to dip aside. Enraged, it is going to try to strike out again at you.
Let's do it.
With its third action. Crit fishing with an 18 total, so that as it just blam, blam, smashing into the ground, you can actually feel the stones rumbling beneath the strikes as it rages, but you are able to dance aside, get your shield up into place, and avoid taking any damage that round. We move on to Lavana's turn.
Lavana, still kneeling down, watched Elsier stand up and just let loose this crack of electricity. And so Lavana is going to take a defensive stance behind Elsier and place her hands on her back and I'm going to cast a second level heal of 2 action.
2
So
action heal.
that 7 plus 4 is it's 11 plus 8 is 19 points back to Elsia.
Yay!
It'll actually
Thank you.
be another because when you heighten it with the 2 action version, it also
plus 16?
increases that bonus, so it'd be plus 16 instead.
Dang. So wait, what did
Yeah.
I say?
It was 25 total.
25
So add
total.
another
plus
8.
16. Oh, add another 8. So 33.
Ooh, awesome.
Feeling quite a bit better, I imagine.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, and that's her turn.
All right. Feeling much better now. We move on to Jadrin. It is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing at it right in front of me. It's causing issues, and it worries me. That is a 30 total.
30. 30 is a critical hit.
Yay!
Go.
No, I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry to get your
Oh.
hopes up. It's just a regular hit.
How dare
I
you?
thought it was,
Jim.
but it's just a regular. I
How
know.
dare
That was
you.
rude. Rude. Very rude of me. Just a regular hit.
Lord. All right. Well, that's 16 slashing damage.
All right. You think you've got this thing on the ropes. It is barely able to hold cohesion. Parts of it are just like bleeding out of holes in its form.
Second action, second strike.
Indeed.
That's a 26.
26 is a hit.
All right. For 17 slashing.
17 points of damage, and as your sword cuts through it, it is like popping a water balloon.
Yes!
The whole mass of it just goes sliding across the floor, spilling everywhere, filling back up into the pool where the statue was. And after a few seconds, there is nothing but total calm in the room.
Yeah.
I want my tankard back for this crap.
You don't see the tankard.
No.
But what you do see is on the northeastern wall, a section of it begins to slide aside, revealing a tunnel that heads deeper into the island.
I'm gonna turn around to Lavana. Lavana,
Whew.
thank you for what you did. Thank you.
I'm cutting it a little close, but we weathered the storm together.
I kind of
Indeed.
roll over. I'm like bleeding from like
Ugh.
half my arm is
Oh.
like sort of gross.
Your hollow bones. Oh no.
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have any more magic juice in you, would you? Or do we need to take a full rest here?
Lavana will rush over to start healing. I'll do a medicine check first.
Sure. You guys want to spend 10 minutes so that Lavana can go ahead and get the salves and the balms and the tools
Yeah.
out.
We've
Oh,
got
also-
this tunnel ahead of us. We could take some time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Calco, can I see your hand for a second?
Oh, you remember my name? That's amazing. Yeah, sure. But it's very pretty hand. Please don't,
And
damage
I'm
it.
just like looking over it. Okay, it's fine. And I'm gonna slip a lesser healing potion into it, and then kind of like close your hand, and then step away as if I'm looking in the pool of water.
Oh, actually, I had one of these myself. I just was trying to get like the free medicine check, so we can save this one for later. You don't need this.
Lavana is
Doctor.
looking at you and saying, "He's making amends. You should probably drink that."
Oh, his water is so interesting. Water.
Great. Okay. Whoop. Unless you're healing
As your
is-
doctor.
All right. I accept your healing trinket. Unless you're healing a D.
That is going to restore 2d8 plus 5 hit points.
2d8 plus 5. Okay. Oh, 8 plus 2 plus 5 is
15.
15. Yay, thanks.
And that's a 17 on the medicine check.
17 is a success. You're going to be able to restore 2d8 hit points to the target of your medicine check, too.
That's Kako. 10 more points just from medicine.
Nice. 25 total.
Yay, thank you. That's nice. 37.
Alrighty.
Jadrin, were you still hurt? Or are you okay?
I'm okay. There's no need to worry.
That was really brave.
No,
what
but
you
like,
did.
are you really okay? Because we can't tell. Can we see if he's like visibly bleeding?
He's probably pretty bruised, but
Mhm.
managing.
We'll keep
It's
an
like
eye
it
out.
was like 20 some. It wasn't
Sure.
terrible for his health.
I toss Jadran my lesser healing potion. It's in a much fancier bottle, by the way. It's like gold. It's like a little jewel on top, and there's like a tassel hanging off the side.
Oh,
You
this
can keep the bottle as well. It's very nice. I accessorized it myself.
Thank you, Galco.
We can't have our tank dying on us, so I would suggest you drink that before we continue on this kooky adventure.
Better than me than you lot. And he pops it and drinks it.
Sure. 2d8 plus 5 hit points.
All right.
Sure hope it only goes later.
17. That's pretty good.
All right. Feeling much better.
Nice.
Let us go through this hole. What say you, Elsier?
Yes, we must continue forward.
Do you still detect any sort of magical presence moving forward?
Good question.
Reaching out with your magical senses, you don't sense anything in the room any further. It seems that whatever magic was here has now passed.
No.
Just as you all shall now pass into our mid-show break. We're going to take a few minutes, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to finish up this adventure, but for now, I'm going to go get some more water. So we'll see you in a few. Stick around and enjoy. See you all momentarily.
This is the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner Box, and we want to show you what's inside. On the front is an amazing illustration by artist Wayne Reynolds, and on the back is everything showcasing what's in the box and what to expect. To start, we have an instructional guide that guides you through the contents of the Beginner Box. This explains what Pathfinder is, gives you directions on how to play the solo adventure, and how to play with your friends. Then we have 4 pre-generated characters, one of Valorous the Fighter, Ezran the Wizard, Kyra the Cleric, and Mauricio the Rogue. Each of these pre-generated character sheets aims to help new players get into the game faster. You'll find helpful information on the side regarding the game, all the stats filled out for you, rules to help you play your chosen character, along with some backstory of the Pathfinder iconic you chose. You'll also notice that the character sheets have color-coded dice on the side. And in the box, you'll get 1 set of these, matching the colors to help affiliate newcomers to the different types of dice needed to play the game. To further help players are these reference cards. These have information explaining what actions you can take during your turn, what critical hits mean or critical misses, and more information to help you stay in the game and not in the books. And here is the Hero's Handbook. This handbook starts with a solo adventure, continues on with a synopsis of the game rules, and guidelines to create your own hero. The available ancestries you have available to you are the dwarf, elf, and human. You can then customize to become a cleric, fighter, rogue, or wizard. One of the important things to take away from the materials in this box is that the rules presented are the same as the Pathfinder 2nd Edition core rulebook. We did not modify the rules, only elaborated on them in the beginner box. If you and your friends decided to make their own characters instead, inside are 6 blank character sheets. Similar to the pre-gen character sheets, these also have helpful information about the game on the side and plenty of space to create your own hero. Now, as for the player telling the story, we have the Game Master Guide. This has everything you need to run a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure. It has a full adventure you can run right away, teaching the Game Master and players the rules of the game every step of the way, along with materials to run your own campaigns with a horde of monsters to battle against. To help run the included adventure, you'll find a double-sided flip mat inside the box. This is a 24 by 30 inch playmat, coated in a substance that allows you to mark and draw various things with a dry erase marker should you need them. To help populate your table, the box contains 3 pawn sheets representing the monsters in the Game Mastery Guide, player tokens, NPCs, and action tokens, which can be used with the player reference cards to help keep track of how many actions you have left during your turn. Along with the pawn sheets, you also get these bases for you to use to help them stand up at your table. And finally is a presentation of the Pathfinder Society, where either you're playing at home, online, conventions, or your favorite local hobby store. You can join thousands of Pathfinders today and start playing at paizo.com/organized play. On the back is an advisory for those wishing to continue the adventure, mentioning the troubles in Otari adventure that continues the story of the beginner box, along with options to continue building and expanding your stories. And that's everything in the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner Box. You can start your adventure now by ordering yours at Paizo.com or by visiting your friendly local game store to begin your journeys. Stay safe and farewell, and we hope to hear about your adventures soon. Paizo's newest releases arrive at your favorite local game store and Paizo.com on February 24th. The Pathfinder Lost Omens Ancestry Guide places the spotlight on the ancestries and heritages of the Inner Sea, like Geniekin, androids, kitsune, sprites, and more, providing information on their cultures and place in the world and more with 350 new ancestry feats to round out any character concept. The Pathfinder Advanced Player's Guide is now available in Pocket Edition. This full-color softcover rulebook contains the Investigator, Oracle, Swashbuckler, and Witch classes, plus new ancestries, backgrounds, heritages, and feats. New adventures for Pathfinder and Starfighter are now available. A time-displaced alchemist hires the characters to clear out his former master's abode, which has become infested with oozes over the intervening millennia in Pathfinder Bounty Cleanup Duty. This 1-hour adventure is easily placed into any fantasy campaign. The Pathfinder Adventure Path Abomination Vaults continues with Hands of the Devil, in which the heroes explore a sprawling mega-dungeon to stop an ancient evil from extracting its monstrous vengeance. The White Glove Affair continues the Fly for Your Die adventure path for Starfighter, in which players take on the role of a merchant crew with an experimental starship, trying to get rich, escape interplanetary assassins, and outwit their rivals. If you're looking for more standalone, single-session adventures for your game, discover these new Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society releases. Each can be easily adapted for an evening of tabletop gaming. Snakes in the Grass dispatches Pathfinder player characters to secure agreements with the Hobgoblin Nation. It's all up to the characters to make a strong impression with the Hobgoblins, all while foiling any attempts of a rival organization to make inroads of their own. Called to the city capital, a group of Pathfinders quickly find themselves assigned to investigate a clandestine fighting tournament taking place in the streets in a gilded test. Pathfinder Adventure Path Lost in Flames. A group of heroes must uncover the truth behind what is happening around the ruins of a Cyclops city and begin putting a stop to a plan set in motion thousands of years ago. In the Starfighter adventure Clone Batch Catastrophe, the heroes discover an automated system that has produced clones of a single person to populate most of the large underground cavern. Can the Starfighters uncover the source of the malfunction and save the vault's residents before it's too late? In Secrets and Stillness, the Starfighters travel to a Kasathan world ship to follow a bloody trail left by a clever killer, and, if they aren't careful, risk becoming the enigmatic predator's next prey. Whether your party is looking for contacts in the criminal underworld or fleeing from an angry thieves guild, the Pathfinder Flipmat Classics Red Light District is the perfect accessory for your urban encounters. Aliens and NPCs come alive on your tabletop with the Devastation Arc Pawn Collection, featuring more than 100 creature pawns with a Starfighter adventure path of the same name and easily adaptable to any tabletop science fantasy RPG. Stage the scene for epic science fantasy adventures with the Starfinder Flip Tiles Alien Planet Starter Set. This boxed collection of map tiles can be used to construct never-ending extraterrestrial jungles full of strange hazards and deserts teeming with bizarre fauna, providing tons of options for planetary encounters. And finally, 5 new alien species await you with Starfinder Alien Character Cards. Whether you're a player who wants an easy reminder of your character's racial traits or a game master looking to quickly populate a Katina on a distant world, this deck features beautiful full-color art and PC-focused rules references. Find your path to friendship and adventure with these new releases and more at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store.
On the southern coast of Starstone Isle, not far from the town of Otari, the Gauntlet stands shrouded by cloying mists atop a centuries-old ruin in the fog-finned swamp. Now, a pallid new light glows from within the ancient edifice, beckoning novice explorers to delve deep into the marsh to discover the truth behind the awakened radiance. The town elders of Otari say that the old lighthouse has been abandoned for ages, that the swamp itself holds little danger to the town. The town elders are wrong. Into the Mega Dungeon, the all-new Abomination Vault's adventure path for the Pathfinder role-playing game peels back layer after layer of mystery, intrigue, and terror in a 3-volume campaign of dungeon exploration and thrilling discovery, designed especially with new players in mind. The priceless plunder of long centuries awaits those bold enough to enter the sprawling Abomination Vaults, but claiming it requires facing off against a horde of hideous monsters, deadly traps, and vengeful ghosts with long memories and inhuman hungers. The Abomination Vault's adventure path works with the Pathfinder Beginner Box or Pathfinder Core Rulebook and is your perfect gateway to thrilling adventure 500 years in the making.
Hey there, Gen Con. Welcome back to our Sundered Waves playthrough. We are playing through an adventure that has just become available for you all to play at home. If you go to paizo.com/sunderedwaves, you can pick up this pirate-themed one-shot adventure. It's great if you just, at game night, you don't have a whole campaign prepped, no worries. This one comes with all the maps and the handouts and we had pre-generated characters, everything that you need for just a single-shot game. That is paizo.com/sunderedwaves. Don't go there just yet, though, because we're not quite done playing through our little game here. I will say that moments ago, one of my players, without a hint of irony, said, "What could possibly go wrong?" Michelle,
Why are you always putting me on the spot, Jam? I did nothing. I'm just optimistic. You hate it. That's what it is.
Nothing can go wrong.
I'm just
That's the
optimistic.
spirit.
For...
That's the spirit. How are you guys enjoying the Sundered Waves adventure so far? As you've mentioned, these characters are a little bit tougher than the ones that you played through in Troubles in Otari.
Yeah.
How are you guys enjoying the feel of this adventure so far?
I feel powerful.
Yeah. You had mentioned that it comes with pre-generated characters, so just throw in some lashes and some chapstick and you're good to go. But no, it's nice to have this backstory of we were all pirates together, and then to go on another pirate adventure. I think that just leading into the hook of it is really fun.
Yeah.
I just love that we're all back together.
Yeah.
I
really like these pre-gens too. I don't like sometimes pre-gens I feel like are a hit or miss, but all of them have been interesting and different and unique. And something that I feel like is underrated is we got if you get these things and you look at them, you'll see a little bit of what the relationships between characters already are to base it. And that's something I feel like we never see in pre-gens. And I'm like, that it makes it easier to role play a character when I'm like, oh, I can build off of this. Except everybody hates me, but that's besides the point. My self-esteem is fine.
That's what my sheet said.
You got 2 more hours to redeem yourself. So
Yeah.
I almost died for y'all twice.
I know. I feel like we are reconciled because I never hated you. I was just why can't you remember my name? Good Lord. It's in my character sheet. It's I I didn't used to like Jadrin because he always forgot my name. That's like what it says there.
This character, she's like, he feels bad.
Yeah, we're not supposed to read your character sheet, so we don't know that. You have to.
Oh, right. That's true. I mean, it says it's in writing. Levana thought that there was a little something more, but such feelings never went anywhere. So.
Yep.
I'm definitely into the back story they gave you on the character sheets, and also sort of like your dream, your goals and motives for the future, because that helps drive your character forward, like what you're going to do now, not just what happened before. I will say that I am not, and I should be, but I play so many RPGs, but I'm not really a person to min-max a character, because I like to naturally pick what would my character know how to do, instead of being like, what can I pick to make me a battle damage, like a crazy tank or whatever. But I noticed that my build was super smart, and it's very tailored to certain kinds of obstacles, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into. I didn't read the adventure or anything, but I just feel like, I've got a lot of things about curses here. Maybe this is good. So it's kind of like, when you're building your character and you're like, should I be picking fire or thunder? And you're like, I wonder what's gonna happen. Are we gonna be going against? Try to pick whatever the opposite Pokemon of you that you are. So it's nice to have that done for you, and to be like, I'm confident in the designers that they know what to do for me in my best interest. I like being a bird. It's good.
And being a bird, that's always fun. That's always fun. Well, all of these little details were thrown in there thanks to Jason Bullman, who is the lead designer for Pathfinder, the whole system itself. So maybe that's, I guess the guy who created the game was able to write an adventure that was like, all right, and kind of knew what he was doing, I guess.
Yeah, go figure.
I guess. With all of that said, let's dive back into it. You guys had just defeated a living waterfall after making a small sacrifice to Gozra. That's how it goes with Gozra. You get the blessings and the storm. Those are the two sides of the coin when you're dealing with a god like that. But now you have successfully overcome that challenge, earned your right to proceed deeper into the island. And in fact, you see a tunnel before you as you are making your way towards it after having spent some time recovering from grievous wounds. Elsier, in particular, had been nearly killed in a single blow. But you recovered from all of that, and as you're making your way down this tunnel, you hear a flapping of wings, and that metallic copper bird Kahlo comes flying through the tunnel and lands right at the top of Elsier's head. Clamps down on your skull with its little claws.
What do you want,
sits there, and it's like riding at the top of your head. And like looks down at you, like bending down to meet your eyes. It says, Kahlo!
I smack it.
It just falls off and clanks to the ground.
Oh no.
And then rights itself. You guys can hear like the gears grinding as it rights itself, and then just starts hopping along, and then flutters back up in the air and flies ahead of you into the chamber ahead. For indeed, the tunnel does end in a chamber. It is a quiet space, flanked on both sides by long racks, bedecked with old, dust-covered weapons. Some appear to be in very fine condition, while others appear to be nothing more than rusted scrap. This clockwork parrot lands on the far end of the chamber atop a small plaque, lit from above by a narrow shaft of sunlight from somewhere up above. As you all enter the room, the parrot's head like flips back too wide once again, and you hear a sort of grinding of gears, and then Renlock's voice once again coming from within.
Captain.
Our life was a dangerous one. That was always true. Many of us met doom on the waves. I mourned every lost soul, but we all made our choices to lead such lives. It was not for people like us to sit quietly at home, growing old on the land. Choose a weapon each. Let your fallen crewmates strike out one last time. You see that many of the plaques that are on the walls around the room where these weapons are hanging bear the name of fallen comrades you remember from your days long ago on the Brass Bird. There's Dark-Eyed Sarissa, Lemmy the Crab, Rum Bottle Bill, on and on. Every plaque, again, above each plaque is a weapon. Many of them are rusty and dusty with age, but several in such fine condition you may even assume they were magical. You see about a dozen long swords, 3 rapiers, 5 spears. There's a club and a gaff hanging.
What's a gaff?
Gaff is I have to look up a thing and then I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
It's like a club-like weapon with like a hook on it.
Oh, okay. I would like to look at the rapiers, please.
Sure. Look at them. A lot of them look to be in very fine condition. Some of them are sort of rusty, but one of them looks particularly fine.
Does it look magical? Like a plus 1 or a +2 situation? No.
I don't know. You can tell just by looking at it.
Can I investigate it?
Sure.
Or like if I just grab it and like strike it against like a rock to see what it does.
Sure.
If it does anything
Yeah,
special.
you grab onto it. You grab it, stab one of the nearby stone. I mean, like it's very fine. It's a very the metal still holds strong. Whistles through the air quite easily.
Is it better than my +1 striking rapier? Can I tell?
You don't imagine that it's better than the blade that you've been carrying all of these years, but it's certainly a fine blade in and of itself. Even if it's not magical, you could probably sell it for quite a bit of money.
Jim, I'd like to go for the club.
Sure. You grab this club. It looks to be in very fine condition. Has a good heft in your hands. Very polished oak, stout. You feel good. Feel good holding it.
You said there was a spear?
There is a spear.
Going for the spear.
There's plenty of spears. Grab a spear.
Levana is going around the room, and instead of the weapon, she's looking at these portraits of the people that she essentially failed. She was the medic of the ship. If people had truly died, that was on her. And she takes a moment to remember each of these people. And as she's sort of thinking things through, she says out loud to everyone, "Stop. Put down the weapons."
I drop it.
Why?
We are here to honor those that have fallen, but not to take their blade nor spear. And she's going to pull out the piece of the map.
Oh, that's right. This is it's part of a puzzle. Wow, we really forgot
why I
like
took
immediately.
The club.
Okay, all right. You guys, okay. Hey, whose piece of the map was that? That wasn't mine. So I mean, I'm not responsible for that one.
We had put them all together.
I was.
Yeah, you had gathered them all up.
Okay.
Either way, one of them, which as you're looking at the map, if you're correlating it to the island, does look like that, like the writing over this chamber. It says, "Pay homage to the lost, but take not their blade nor spear to win the king or the pirate king's treasure."
Oh, well, took a spear.
I put the rapier back. I do not take it. Oopsie.
The spear back.
Oh, I hope I didn't mess this whole thing up. Okay, so how else can we pay homage? I don't see anything happening.
Could you repeat the weapons again, Jim Jam, please?
Sure. There is the gaff, which is really, again, it's sort of like a club with a hook on it. Then there is the club, which Elseer has, and then everything else was there were about a dozen long swords, I believe. Let's see, 3 rapiers and 5 spears.
Okay.
I want to take one of the plaques instead.
Okay, sure.
The one
grab.
You said the one about there was a guy who was a crab. Who is this person?
There was Lenny the crab, who was a pirate. I mean, you recall him. He was eaten by a sea serpent.
Was
in
his
your first
nickname
year on the crew.
was his nickname the Crab, or was he a crab named Lenny?
He was just nicknamed the Crab.
God damn it, Jim.
It was several crabs in a trench coat, but he never let on.
I loved Lenny the Crab. Like I love my own brother.
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, okay, you can't.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I take the plaque. I take the plaque and I how big is it? Is it like put awayable or is it like huge?
Yeah, like you could stow it. Yeah, sure, you could take it.
And I take it with me. That's what I'm
Sure.
gonna do.
You stash one of these plaques in your bag. What else?
Levana will take a spot in the center of the room and start to create a consecrated area, holding onto her holy symbol and just praying for those that she's failed.
Sure. All pirates who had been, lost at sea one way or another, that despite the fact that there's that little bit of guilt, you also know that this was the life all of you chose. There was always risk. It always could have ended up like that for any one of you. And that despite the fact that it would have been something to save them, you also know that none of them would have blamed you for their ultimate fates. You also know, you get the sense that this isn't about leaving it all behind. You think back to what the Kahlo said as you're thinking about it, and Renlock's message to you, let them strike out one more time, and you think that realistically, like, that makes sense. It's something they would have wanted. Taking things from this room is not the problem, or a problem at all. And the more that you think about it, it just doesn't strike you as something that would be desecrating this place to take their weapons and carry them into battle again. Doesn't it at all strike you as something that you should avoid doing necessarily?
Do you think we have to kill something with it? How do you not take it and then use it?
We could.
I guess we can take it.
Yeah. And there's also a chance that we could spar with each other, and at least to give them one more swing.
Oh man. Who wants to die?
I put my shield up.
Do we want to try to spar? Like, safely? This is the worst idea.
Go ahead and hit me.
And I'll bring over the rapier that you had picked up but put down. Go ahead and give it a swing, I guess.
Oh, this is very tempting. Are you sure this is not a trap for you? You two didn't do this? I don't know. I'm getting some weird vibes. Okay, listen. You can't. This better not be a trap. If it is, you have to tell me. I take the rapier. I just kind of hesitantly kind of flick it at Jadran's shield, like tap tap.
Sure.
Is anything happening?
No, you strike it, and there's the ring of metal on metal, but nothing comes out to get you, but nothing else happens. Kahlo actually, at this point, lands on Levana's shoulder and says, "Pick one. Pick one."
Okay, and she'll go over to the gaff then and take that.
Okay, grab the gaff.
Club with the hook.
Sure. We've got the gaff. Elseer has a club. You've got the rapier down there, Kako. The only one still empty-handed is Jadran.
It seems I was mistaken, Jadran, as Crowlow even wants us to choose one.
But there, it said not blade nor spear.
Perhaps we could face whatever's to come in this room.
So is the gaff? The gaff does the gaff have a blade or is it just hooked?
No, it doesn't have a blade on it. It's more like just this. It's really more of a club with a hook on it. Yeah, like you would use it actually. Probably you can use it as a weapon, but it honestly is more of a tool, like fishing things out of the water and stuff like that. Like that's really what it would be best.
I'll grab the
used
gaff.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Let's take this
You-
one then.
Take these weapons up. You hear that familiar grinding of stone on stone as a section of the wall opens up and allows you passage deeper beneath the island.
Cool.
We shall take the memories of our fallen comrades with us, and the captain will live on through that.
But like, should we not take the blades with
It's
us?
not clear. Let's go,
Okay,
Crowlow.
all right, yeah, all right. Whatever, we take them. We leave.
Yeah.
Sure. You head deeper beneath the island. This new corridor that's opened up soon leads you to a naturally domed chamber. There are 4 stone pedestals that stand before you, arrayed in a semicircle around a small altar. Atop the altar are 4 stone sculptures. One depicts the sun. Another has been carved to look like the crescent moon. The third is a tablet that has a small constellation of stars carved into it. The fourth resembles a comet racing through the sky. The pedestals are identical, save for the fact that each has a shining coin embedded into its surface, starting on the left with copper, then a silver, then a gold, and then a platinum one. You also see that on this altar is a plaque, and this plaque reads, "The sun is mighty in value and must shine before the stars come out. The moon, pale and radiant, her light neither copper-hued nor golden. To spy a comet is worth 100 times the value of a glance upon the moon. The stars come out right before the moon rises." And that is what
Okay.
you see.
Hopefully that'll stay right there for us.
And then as she's moving forward, she'll pick up that last piece of the map and look it over. And as everybody's looking over everything, just takes her place in the front and says, "That which is valued most takes its place last."
Ah, so this is a opposite puzzle situation. Not put it like the way it's here in the puzzle, but put it the opposite way.
Hmm.
Okay. I think I got it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
No. Y'all talk.
No, that's all. I was just adding that piece of information.
Oh, okay. I literally did a panel on puzzles today. So like,
Nice.
this is my jam.
Okay. The sun is mighty in value and must shine before the stars come out. So if we're looking for the value of things, that's the first clue.
Mm-hmm.
The moon, pale and radiant, her light neither copper-hued nor golden. So either silver or platinum.
Mm-hmm.
The moon, or to spy a comet, is worth 100 times the value of a glance upon the moon. So either a silver or platinum, but we don't have 100 times worth that. So it's got to be moon is silver, comet is gold, 100 times more. Silver, 10 silver to 1 gold, 100 silver to a platinum. So yeah, that makes sense. The stars come out right before the moon rises.
And the sun is before the stars.
So it should be comet, sun, star. Well, moon can't be gold or copper.
Right, it is silver.
Yeah.
So sun is on copper in first, silver is moon in second, right? Third would be gold and stars.
It has to be stars because platinum is comet. Is that right?
No, it has to be
Yeah.
Stars
Also-
come out right before the moon rises.
Yeah, so stars just have to be one in front. Right before,
Gotcha.
I assume right before, because if it's right before, it should be one in front.
So copper, sun, 1, gold, stars, 2, silver, moon, 3, platinum, comet, 4.
But it says the sun is
Oh.
mighty in value and worth more.
sun is platinum and comet is copper.
So swap it.
Because it's not saying that copper is 100 times more valuable, it's 100 times.
The value. You're right.
So yes, the comet is the 100 copper equivalent to.
And then, and then the hint, of course, is that that which is valued most takes its place last. So
the last one, the sun is mighty in value, must shine before the stars come out. Okay.
So yes, it should be sun, stars, moon, comet. Yeah.
we try that with the coin
Okay.
on the thing.
Walk me
Should we
through.
gold?
Walk me through it first. What do you? Which statue goes on which pedestal first?
So we've got the sun first on the gold
Okay.
pedestal.
Okay. You take the sun. You place it on the gold pedestal.
Right.
Wait, what do the
No.
pedestals look like?
They are just simple stone. The only real thing that you're noticing, like you're going around looking at them, you don't see any kind of runes, carvings, or markings. You just see that on the face of one is that it's an actual coin that's been embedded in the pedestal itself. One of them is copper, one is silver, one is gold, one is platinum.
Okay.
So first one gold sun, second one copper with the stars on it.
First one, sun, platinum.
Yeah, platinum
Oh, okay.
Gold is second.
with stars.
Yes.
Gold, then platinum, then silver, then
Yeah. So it should be platinum, gold, silver, copper. So we'll put the sun one on the platinum,
Okay.
representing.
Okay. So you're standing there, and at first it's like, well, I was gonna put on the gold one, and then you're like, nope, platinum one. So you grab the sun, you place it down on the platinum pedestal, and there is this rumble, and you can hear it almost sounds like an approaching, like a freight train, like it's coming, but it's not. It's this blast of air that whips through the entire cavern, and I need everybody to make a fortitude save.
Oh,
no. What we do wrong?
fortitude.
23.
Okay.
14.
Ooh.
Oh. Xander, no.
Oh,
Xander, no.
I rolled a 2.
Fortitude. Oh, that's a lot. 32.
32. Okay.
Well, Lavana was the one that
everybody-
was moving the things. so it makes
Everybody
sense.
gets blasted back, and Lavana, you take the brunt of this. The total is 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
That's what Lavana takes. Everybody else is going to take half of that.
Mhm.
And you are all pushed back almost to the entrance of the room, and the statue that was sitting on that pedestal also just gets blasted off of it, almost striking Lavana in the face as it rolls to a stop in front of the lot of you. Something appears to have gone wrong.
That was wrong. But this didn't happen when we put the sun on the gold pedestal, right? This only happened
You had
when-
not yet placed it
Oh, okay.
anywhere.
Okay.
You guys were about to place it on the gold, and then you stopped and said, no, we're going to put it on the platinum instead. So, so far, gold is untested.
Ugh. And Lavana just is standing there, like maybe someone else take a turn.
So put the sun on the gold. Try the opposite thing that we did, I guess.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm bad at puzzles. Please help, team. I'm like trying very hard to like. I know I'm the rogue, but like Michelle can't do this very well.
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to like laser in on it real quick.
So if moon is
It would technically in the order go comet, sun, stars, moon, in the order of which
Value.
they should be placed.
so then I guess moon, if the other ones have to be right, so moon, comet, I guess. I mean, not moon, not moon, platinum comet.
Platinum comet would make sense. Moon
Yeah.
silver, sun gold.
Yeah. Possibly, yeah.
Okay. Horrifying. I don't want to touch it again.
Yeah. I think as soon as Kako reaches over to bring it over to the gold pedestal for the sun, Levana, out of her disorientation, is just like, just try it. Just try it and brace yourself.
So
Okay.
yeah, I do that.
You with shaking hands, you go to put the sun on the gold pedestal, and just as you're about to put it down, you hear a Kahlo in the background. Uh-oh! And you like freak out momentarily and drop the pedestal, and it lands on the gold, and it just sits there, and there's nothing. No rumble, no blast of wind.
So either this is right and we should keep going, or the bird was expecting something bad and the trap did not trigger, and this is wrong.
Bird is the worst.
Fake. Hey, listen. Fake birds are the worst.
Yes.
Men-made automatons are stupid and weird. All right.
Okay, so if that is correct, we can base the other ones off of that. It's the sun is gold, and the sun is mighty in value, shine before the other stars come out. So the next one have to be stars on the next valuable one.
We said stars are maybe.
Are the pedestals already have the coins on them, right?
Yeah, the coins are like embedded in the face of these pedestals.
Okay. So we put the comet one on the platinum pedestal. And nothing happened?
You have so far placed the sun on the gold pedestal.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we haven't done the comet one yet.
Right now, we were going next in that the sun is mighty value must shine before the stars come out. So we're assuming the next one have to be stars. And then it's what pedestal do we put them on? Since comet is going to be platinum and moon has to be silver, it's got to be copper. That's the only one left.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because if the sun is well, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
Elsir, would you like to do the honors this time? They'll sort of brace.
Why not? And I grab it. I grab the
Okay.
star and put it on the copper pillar.
As you're moving over to the copper pedestal, you see Kahlo is now like flying overhead. And as you're approaching the copper pedestal, you can hear him repeating, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?"
Oh, yes. She puts it down.
You place the stars on the copper pedestal, and nothing happens.
Yay.
Everything is calm.
Good.
Okay, so then comet is worth 100 times more than the value of the moon, and moon has to be silver.
Mm-hmm.
So moon on silver, comet on platinum. End game, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
So Levana will do this one, place the moon on the pedestal for silver.
Okay. Grab the moon, place it down on the statue or the pedestal with the silver coin, and nothing happens.
Oh, thank God.
All is calm.
She'll look over to Jadrin and say, well, the odds are that this could be the last one.
So someone else should do it.
Okay.
Fine. I grab the comet was the last one, right? On platinum.
Yep. Comet on platinum.
Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Put it on.
Place the comet down on the platinum pedestal. And you hear a sound of stone grinding on stone as a section of the eastern wall of this chamber begins to slide into itself, revealing a passageway on from this chamber.
I'm expecting you to be like revealing a gun and it shoots you.
Really, 7 cannons pointed right at your face.
It's a bird holding a gun and it kills you. The end. End of game.
Fire missed.
That was hard.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. You done did
These
it.
are my notes. I don't know if you'll be able to see them.
I know mine are like all
I kind of made the Big Dipper for the constellation. My comet looks like a fried egg.
Hey, nothing wrong.
You guys
with it.
actually solved it at first. You just second guessed yourself with that platinum, the platinum pedestal with the sun.
And you played
Got it
us.
right.
That's because you were
Yeah.
like wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be any fun if I wasn't there to mess you up, huh?
What?
Wow. Levana's actually going to take some time to cast healing on herself.
Sure.
'cause she took a tumble.
Yeah.
I'll just do level 1. And I'll skip back 12. That's good enough.
It's good enough for me.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are faced with yet another passageway leading into the unknown. What do you guys do?
This is the last piece. No, this is the entire map we have. We've gone through most of the map. Is that correct?
So.
We'll pull it out and take a look at it. Can we look
Sure.
at the full map again?
It does
Yeah.
look like there isn't like it looks like you've covered most of the ground, and that there isn't a whole lot else to go except for. I mean, you're looking. You can see the 4 pedestals,
Mhm.
the altar, and you note that there is that crown up in the
Yeah.
corner that you have yet to beat.
Oof.
It's a
Can I
discovery.
go lining up the pedestals of the map with the actual wall itself? Can we feel around to see where like the door would be, or the entrance would be?
Or it already
Oh no!
opened,
It,
didn't it?
Oh, it
that
did
passage-
open.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we'll follow it down then.
Perhaps that's where he keeps the treasure.
The big crown picture seems like a good hint.
Either that or he's leading us to our deaths.
Or a big crown-shaped monster.
Shall we?
Should I go
crown
first?
I'm gonna walk in. I'm just gonna look at Jodrin and just walk in.
Oh.
Elsier, not having it, makes her way forward.
I check to make sure my healing potions are like where they need to be.
Yep.
Okay. I
You
follow
had more than
behind.
one.
Taking a deep breath as you plunge into the unknown.
Oof.
The passageway is relatively short and comes into a large natural cavern with a rolling ocean painted on the walls in faded blues and pale white. Opposite the entrance is a raised platform with an enormous stone throne set against the far wall. An equally large skeleton sits in that throne, clad in the raiment of a pirate, complete with a patch over one of its empty eye sockets. Kahlo flutters into the room, lands on Levana's shoulder, head flips back, and once again, you hear the voice of Captain Renlock. My old friends, you've come so far, and the end is just over the horizon. I hope you will face this final test together and learn, as I have, that you can only step into the future by overcoming your past. As the captain's voice fades, the giant skeleton begins to stir, standing up.
What the hell? Why would Captain make ghost
Massive
of him? Sorry. Just-
and stumbles forward to attack. Roll
I'm-
initiative.
I'm just swearing. This is the worst test I've ever heard of. You can't just reanimate yourself and be like, this is test to take my treasure. Like, just give us note for treasure. We will get it. It's crazy. Kako's very annoyed. Right. And
Kako's not having it.
20 for
All right,
Kako.
20 for Kako.
Read all this guidance.
And we're doing
16 for
16 for Jodrin.
24.
Gotcha. Forgot my own name.
Bill Sears at 24. Levana?
19.
19 for Lavana. And let us turn our attention once more to the map as you face off against the massive pirate skeleton.
Jim, do we see physical treasure in this room or just Skelly Man?
You don't. You just see Skelly Man. But boy, do you see him as he begins to step forward towards the lot of you.
Oh, so much movement. Oh no.
He's gonna step right into the center of the room.
Hey.
And that is all. That's all he's gonna do. He has to take 2 actions to just start stomping towards the center of the room. Huge lumbering strides, and then just waits there. Scimitar in one hand, a massive gaff in the other. Or sorry, and which I'll do. It is now Elsier's turn.
Let's see. This thing looks pretty scary. I think I would like to learn a little about this thing, if possible, with an Arcana check.
Sure. You would be looking at a religion check, actually.
Ooh, okay. I don't have that. Never mind. Okay, I know nothing, so I'm gonna step in front of Lavana.
Okay.
I don't have access to move him.
You
And
don't.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's fine. I can fix all that. You go
Nice.
ahead and with your actions, I'm just gonna make sure everybody's got control of their stuff.
yeah, I'm gonna step in front of Lavana, and I would like to blast this guy with a lightning bolt. Why not?
Hey,
Let's go
why not?
hard.
It sounds good to me.
Sounds good. So that's going to be a basic reflex for you, and fail, please. Have no reflex.
I can't promise. I can't promise that I will. This giant skeleton looks surprisingly nimble, and it's difficult to pinpoint the specific parts on it because your lightning bolt just might go clean through its rib cage.
This
is
is how
going
lightning
to
bolt
be
works.
A 33.
Okay, well, you'll take half damage then.
Okay, I can do that.
He's so big. Look how tiny you are, Jadrin.
38
38
divided by 2 is
divided by 2.
19.
And as you're watching the lightning play across this thing's massive bones, you notice that it doesn't seem to be doing nearly as much damage as you had hoped it would. So not only are we going to divide that damage by 2, but we're going to take 5 right off the top. No. And you deal 14 points of electricity to damage to this thing. You can still see some scorch marks. You know you did something, but one of your mightiest spells doesn't seem to have phased it very much at all.
Cool. That is my action.
All right. Kako, it's your turn, and everybody should now have control of their tokens without an issue.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh,
What
we
you got
can't
for me,
hear you.
Kako?
Muted.
Oh no! Oh no!
Can we say that my crossbow is still loaded from before and in my hand? Or no?
Yeah, it's fine. Why not?
Yeah.
I know how much you hate drawing weapons.
It's the worst. I want to activate the potency crystal as one action, and then I'm gonna shoot this boy.
All right. Blast
Skelly.
that skeleton.
All right, that is a not great. Well, 14 plus 7, that's 21 to hit.
21. Yeah. Your crossbow bolt strikes this thing like in the skull and bling, deflects right off the bone, dealing no damage. damage.
Oh.
You missed.
Okay, wait, because I did hit it.
It was a
and then
miss.
it, or,
It was a
or
miss.
didn't.
No.
I missed.
It
Okay,
just
I was
a
like,
miss.
no.
21 was a miss. No.
So that was 2 actions. With my third, I'm going to I guess everyone's around me. Who's next? I'm gonna go ahead and like kind of scratch Levana a little bit and give her guidance.
All right. You cast a spell real quickly. Hopefully that will be enough to give Levana what she needs to take this thing down.
When you
And
say
it's-
it that way.
Yeah.
Her
It's all on
turn.
you.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so this is a lot that's happening. Levana is going to take a step back once she's been given that gift and take some cover behind this outcropping of rock on the
Sure.
wall. And then we'll take the first moment or that's the first action. Second action, ready the shield. And then she's going to take the third action to ready a heal for whenever this thing inevitably is going to do damage or something like that. She's covered, waiting, and prepping for like triage.
Sure. And just so you know, readying an action actually costs 2 actions.
Oh, okay.
I
Then
believe that you only had 1 action left. So
That's
unfortunately,
true.
you wouldn't be able to ready something. But, I mean, that's all good. You can still
Yep.
stand there, still be
Yeah.
out of the way, and ready to help where needed. All right. It is now Jadrin's turn.
This is bad. Far as that thing. Yeah, whatever. I see. I use an action to pull out my weapon.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use 2 actions to do my charge.
Charging right in there.
Yep, exactly. So I'm
All
just gonna
right.
get right up here, right next to it.
Nice. And what weapon are you have in your hands right now?
My +1 longsword.
Nice.
That is a 31.
31 is a hit.
All right. Yeah. Don't laugh, Jim Jam. You're terrifying. 16 points of slashing damage.
16 points of slashing damage. Again, you start trying to hack through the bone. It's tough. It's hard to cut. We're going to take 5 right off the top there. You cut through some, chips of bone go flying, but not nearly as many as you had hoped. This thing is a beast.
Oh, no. That's my turn.
Alrighty. We go to the top of the next round, and it is its turn.
Oh, awesome.
And you are standing right there,
Yeah.
and it is just going to start laying into you.
Yep.
You see that as it starts just smashing one hand after the other, weapons flying, crashing into you, it is going to use its focused assault ability to make 2 actions without taking any penalties to either attack.
Wasn't it?
Its first attack is going to hit an armor class of 37. Its second attack is going to hit an armor class of 35.
Good lord.
Are
So-
either of those critical hits?
So I am going to reactive shield to raise my shield for the second attack, so it's not a crit. But the first one's a
Gotcha.
crit.
Oh no.
First one's a crit. Okay. The first one is this gaff hook that just comes in. And as it
Like the one I have in my
Strikes.
hand, that's shady. That's shady.
Yeah.
5 plus 12 is 17 plus 20 is 37 points of damage from the critical.
Wow.
However, as it hits you with that hook, the hook impales you and you are considered grabbed. So you are immobilized and flat-footed. Then its second attack with the scimitar comes
So
down.
here's the thing, Jim Jam.
Yep.
Here's the thing, just because like I want all of you to feel bad for being mean to Jadrin. I want all of you to feel bad. But since the first attack made me flat-footed, that means that +2 I got from my shield is also subtracted, which makes the second hit a critical.
Oh no!
Can't you just say you flippity flop it? No.
It wouldn't work. I would have had to do it for the second one.
Oh, I see.
No.
Jadrin, no.
Oh, Rippadelphia, my dude.
9. You take 29 points of damage then. As you try to raise the shield, you thought you had it, but then the hook grabs you and yanks you to the side, throwing you just off balance enough for this thing to cut you across the neck with the scimitar. Blood flying everywhere. Take 29 more points of damage.
Jesus.
And this thing has one more action.
Wait, didn't Levana hold action for healing or no?
Levana had
I forgot.
Yeah, Levana had one action left and didn't, which is not enough to ready an action. So this thing is going to come down and it's going to strike you with the scimitar again. Now this counts as if so with its focused assault, it doesn't take the penalties on its first 2 attacks, but for this third, it is counted as a third attack. So this is going to be with that -10 penalty. So it comes down with the scimitar and hits an armor class of 25.
Yes, that's a hit.
I feel like this is happening because we were bragging about how OP we felt earlier.
Yeah.
That is going to be 19 more points of damage. And that is the third and final action that I can take this round.
Okay.
So we move to Elsier's turn. You watch Elsier as Jadrin runs up, bravely striking out at this creature, and then this thing just hooks him and starts slamming its sword into him, and he looks bad.
Oh no, I'm down. Like I'm.
Oh, he's down. Yeah, he's unconscious. Like he's basically just dangling on the hook now.
Yeah. I feel like just wave me around with a weapon.
Oh my God. Turned into Dead by Daylight real quick.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll save us. Somebody save us.
I'm not gonna be much help.
Oh God.
Is it my turn?
Oh yeah.
Oh great. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up.
We're all just like, no.
I'm gonna back up.
Just
The
leave.
standard
And
Elsier
I'm
move.
gonna wait. No, I'm kidding. And I'm going to cast a hydraulic push at this creature.
All right. It
has a range of 60 feet.
Range of 60 feet. Let me make sure that we're still looking. Okay, yeah, you're good.
And okay, here we go. Let's pray. Let's pray. Oh, almost dropped it. Here we go, and I get to add. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a 19 plus 11, 30, right? No. Yes. 30.
Sorry, 19 plus 11 is indeed 30. This is blah, 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 blah. One creature. Yep. Yeah, so you're good. You call for spell attack roll 30. So that's a hit.
Yeah. Okay, just a regular hit.
Regular hit.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't roll well. Oh no. Only 9.
9 points of damage. But you note as you blast this creature with water, you can hear the bones cracking, and you see like a piece of rib like fall away as it gets knocked back 5 feet away from Jadrin. Now it is grabbed onto him with the hook, so he is actually moved with it.
Oh,
as it just like drags him back on the hook with it. But you do note that all of that damage goes through.
Awesome.
I'm scared. I don't know what to do, guys. If I get in melee, I will die. But if I don't try to grab Jadrin, he gonna die. If I do my
let me be with the captain.
If I use my action to run up, grab Jadrin, and then run away, like behind a rock, maybe. Can I do that in 3 moves?
Yeah, because you'd have your full move action for 2,
Now,
and
just
the
keep in
grab would
mind,
be.
Jadrin is currently
Hooked
he's
on the thing?
hooked to
Cool.
this thing's weapon.
So that'd
And
be like an acrobatics check, maybe athletics. I don't know. Athletics check.
yeah, no, I'm saying there's
So
an athletics check involved. Is all.
Okay.
All I'm pointing out
I'll do
is
that.
you
I
can't
actually
just
have.
grab him and drag him.
I have assurance with athletics, so maybe that's good enough. I don't know.
Assurance
do this.
would allow you to basically take 10, which means that you would your total result would be 10 plus your athletics bonus.
Which might be
if
really
you want
high.
to try to get higher than that, you could, or you could just take the 10.
Wait, my athletics would be 10 plus my athletics bonus, which is plus 10, so it'd be 20. Or no?
So yeah, so basically you can just get an assured guaranteed flat 20, and if that's enough, great. But if you think you could do better, or you think that it might be harder than that, you can still roll to try to get higher, or you can just take the
understood.
20.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I got that plus 10 or not. I take my assurance, because if it is higher than plus 20, I'm just gonna lay here and die because I don't deserve to live.
Wow. Oh.
I think it's gonna be 20. I think it's fine.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna take assurance and take my 20 to unhook him.
Okay.
Does it work?
Yeah. You grab onto him and just like slide him forward, and as you do, like blood is just pouring out of the open hole in his chest, but you get him off the hook.
And how much movement do I have to total?
You can, while you're dragging him, you can move at half speed.
Okay, and my speed is 25, so okay. I go.
You can make it behind that rock.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that thing. Whoop. Here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll move Jadrin's token since
someone dragged Jadrin's lifeless body, took it everywhere.
There we go.
And that's my whole turn. And I just yell back, like, if we are going to defeat this thing, now would be a super good time to do it. But I think we should probably step away from it for a bit.
Lavana, you're up.
Lavana, seeing this bravery from Kako, is inspired and also moves forward, rushes out from behind her cover, and immediately does the second or 2-action heal on Jadrin to stabilize and give some hit points. Oh. So 11 plus 16 is 12. Oh no, that doesn't add the. No, it does. Plus 8 times 2. So 27.
27 hit points. Jadrin, you feel a jolt of vitality run through you. Some of the pure agony that you were feeling fades away as Lavana administers critical aid.
You're still with us.
Yeah, I am.
You're not quite a bad fellow.
Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you are heavy as hell to drag around in all that armor. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my god, that's a dope scar.
That's a good attitude to have towards that. Oh, we've got another problem. And she'll point back up at the skeleton.
Stand up.
All right, you stand up, and it is actually your turn. So you take your first action and stand up. You do have 2 actions after that. What are you gonna do?
The second lesser healing potion that I had on me. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Grab the healing potion. Down that real quick.
And that was it D8s? No.
2d8 plus 5.
Yes. Okay, good. That's a lot. 7 plus 6, 13 plus 5, 18.
Nice.
And Xander, you healed me for 11, you said?
No, 27.
Oh my god, never mind. 27 plus 18, let's go. Okay.
Fine. It's fine.
Damn, don't say that. Now I don't believe you.
We gotta stop cursing ourselves.
What are we fighting? Are we running? What are we doing here?
We're fighting, yes. It's not going super great.
But we could be running, maybe.
Yes, we should run.
Oh, hi, Elsier.
Yelling from the hall.
Elsier's
Yeah.
already running. She's already got that covered.
All right, yes. At least so we can figure out what we're doing, and I'm gonna start moving towards the exit.
Moving towards the exit. All right. It is this horrible monstrosity's turn.
Oh, crippy
And the
crap!
first thing it is going to do is step up.
No.
So that it is
No.
next to Lavana and Kako. And rather than just like that focused all-out assault on one of you, it seems to like have a hard time dividing its attention. You notice it keeps like looking back and forth as if trying to keep one of you in the view of its one eye, the other covered by the giant patch, and it sort of clumsily strikes out at Lavana. It's still gonna hit an armor class of 23,
Oh, that'll do it.
which is gonna do it. So even though it doesn't seem to be able to keep as good a track of two of you, it still manages to score a hit, and with that gaff, it is painful. You're gonna take 24 points of piercing damage. But without that critical hit, it doesn't get that hook in you to
Good.
grab onto you.
The old hook.
Jeez. Yeah.
And then the scimitar lashes out at Kako. Ooh,
Does it?
21.
Okay. My reaction, nibble dodge, gives me a +2, so it does not hit me.
So you just duck out of the way exactly in time. Whoosh! The scimitar goes flying over your head, smashes into the pillar. Chips of stone go flying everywhere, showering down around you. You are so glad that you dodged that strike. And I had to move, and I attacked twice, so that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, gang up. Bonus. Maybe.
Gang up bonus.
Well, we're
Gang
Yeah, flanking.
flank. Fun. Yeah,
Either way, it is Elfir's turn.
No.
Elser seems to have their plan already in place.
We have to go. But they're still there, and they're getting attacked. So Elsier is going to cast hideous laughter upon the creature.
Okay.
Taupe.
All right.
Not a living creature, is it?
It is definitely not living.
I take it back.
Take it back.
Take it back, Jim. I caught
Okay,
myself.
you take it back. You don't have to cast it.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
that's
I'll cast another hydraulic push at it.
Sure.
Hmm.
Just try to
Okay.
push it away from your companions. Go ahead and make that
Yeah.
spell back.
Yeah. Okay. Where's my dice? This guy's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Whale. That's only gonna be an 18.
18 isn't gonna do it.
Then I fail.
Not at all. The stream is too weak. Deals no damage.
I feel
Can't
like we
push
should,
this creature.
I feel like we should just fight it, but I don't know.
Well, Kako, it's your turn. You can
I
do
know,
whatever
I
you
mean-
want.
Because if I try to run away, I don't know, whatever. This is fine. This is fine.
This is
Everything's
fine.
great.
Everything's
gonna-
fine.
Great. It didn't even hit you.
Yeah, I'm dodgy. It's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the rapier that I took from the wall of weapons.
Yep.
Because I don't know if this is a puzzle. I sure hope it is. And then I'm going to strike with that.
Sure.
What are the stats of that rapier? I don't know.
It should be very similar to the rapier that you have, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have the striking rune, so you will just roll 1d6.
1d6
instead of
plus 8.
2d6.
Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Maybe this is a puzzle, I yell. Oh wow, that is a 32 to hit. I don't know, that was crazy.
32. That's it.
And then I roll. It's not critical, is it?
No.
Okay. 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2 plus 4 is 6. I do 6 damage piercing.
6 points of damage, and like you feel like the tiny piece of bone goes chipping off. You deal 1 point of damage.
But do I see like the spirit of what's his name, Tom the Crabby, come out of the rapier and like bless us? No, none of this happens.
No, you don't see Tom the Crab.
God. That's not even his name.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Larry?
He's so insulted. Actually, he would have come and blessed you, but he's so
Oh.
insulted that you didn't remember his name.
That's
that
fair.
Yeah.
He stays away.
Sorry, Lenny.
It's Lemmy the
Lenny!
crab. for those of
I
you who are
yelled to
wondering.
everybody, I did not solve the puzzle. I don't think this is a puzzle.
The solution
But-
is murder.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only one action.
have-
So what else do you? Or
I
sorry,
have one-
you actually switched weapons, so it'd be one action left.
Yes. I hit it with my beak.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
sure, why not?
Just
I can't stop you.
It's time to bite some bones, I guess. I don't know.
Time to bite those bones.
Whatever 17 plus 13 is, that's 20, 30? I rolled a 30.
30
Yeah.
does.
And that is finesse, unarmed, 1d6 plus 1. Wow, that's a 3? Wow. So much damage.
3, you feel like you might have actually chipped your beak a little
Oh, no.
and hurt
Do I take
yourself way
damage?
more than no, you don't take any actual damage. You feel like you just like slammed your head into a stone. It's like nothing happens.
Hey, maybe like let's stop hitting it with stuff and try magic, huh? That's my turn. Someone
Lavana.
save me.
Yeah.
Lavana, it's
So-
you.
Lavana's hearing these messages of like, we're running, we're fighting, what are we doing? Magic? And so she's gonna take her first action to run away a little bit to behind the protection of Jadrin.
Mhm.
And then is going to gather up all of this energy. And normally you would feel this flow of water. Instead, you can see this anger growing within her, and you feel a heat rising. And she puts out a force of searing light and just sends this bolt directly towards this thing.
All right.
A ranged spell attack, so... Oh, natural 20!
Hey.
Yeah! Okay.
Hey.
And then it still doesn't auto crit, right? Like, it's my spell. Plus 11, 32, 31.
So normally 31 would just be a regular success, but because you rolled a natural 20, it gets bumped to a critical success
Great.
That's
because it
what's
gets
up.
bumped up one level of success. So yes,
Amazing.
that does count as a critical hit, and you are dealing
5d6.
5d6 fire damage.
And if the target is a fiend or undead, which I don't know, but I would just assume that's an extra 5d6 good damage.
Okay. Yep. So you deal 5d6 fire, or
Damn, that's
you
a
double
lot.
your basically you're doing 10d6 damage, and you double the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
So the
Let's
first
go.
5, we've got 12 plus 5, 17, 19, 20. That is 40 fire damage.
Oh my god.
Finally.
And then, oh, not as good. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So doubled is 28 good damage.
Yikes. That is 68 points of damage as you just start burning parts of this giant skeleton away. And you can see bone flecks are flying. This creature is almost completely engulfed in radiance and flames. And as all of that dies away, you can see that significant portions of it are just completely melted away. But it does still stand.
And then you can see that this was a huge drain on Lavana, and Jadrid, you just see her panting and just spent of energy.
Can I ask for a roleplay moment? Can she like start falling back and Johnson
Yeah.
like catches her and it's like, don't you fall on me.
Might be too late.
It's never too late. Dramatic turn to look at the monster.
Dramatic turn.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
All right, an excellent turn. Perhaps a critical moment. And now we move on to Jadrin's turn. It is you. You're up, bud.
I gently let her gain her own composure.
I like to think you rush in and just drop me.
Okay, you're done.
Gotta go.
then I'm looking at this disgusting abomination beast that my hopefully potential beloved has done so much to. I see Kauko over there standing, looking braver than I ever was. These people, these friends that I wish I had. I didn't die the first time. Hopefully I don't die this time. So I'm going to move into the other side to try to get a flanking, and I'm going to attack it. So let's go first strike. That's good. That's good. God, man. 18 plus 26 is 34?
34.
Yeah, 34. Or not 18 plus 16. Math. That one.
18 plus 16 is
16,
34. Yes.
Yep.
34. As you step into a flanking position with Kako, you notice this thing seems to have even more trouble keeping track of where you are, where Kako is. It seems to be shuffling uncertainly on its feet. You note that the normally when a creature is flat-footed being flanked, it takes a -2 penalty to its armor class, but this one is going to take a -4 penalty to its armor class while flanked, making your hit a solid strike.
Oh yeah. Okay. Boom, let's do it. So then 8 plus 4, 12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing damage. Again, not all of that goes through, but you do note that you have been chipping away at this creature.
All right. And then looking at this creature, you know what? Let's do it just because it's interesting. Grabbing my holy symbol. Well, it's not. I would have to use an action to pull out holy water to throw it, correct?
That's correct. You would use an action to pull it out, and an action to actually strike.
Screw that. Too much work. Second strike. 23.
23
Yes.
is a miss.
This is stupid.
Even with its penalties, that is going to be a miss.
I spit at it.
Okay, well, it accepts the disrespect and hangs its head in shame.
Disrespect your surroundings. Yep. And I just kind of look lovingly, compassionately at Lavana. And then I'm like, where the hell is the other one? Where the hell is the elf?
I'm back here.
It's me, Jessica. I'm sorry.
Lavana was watching the whole thing with like starry eyes, but then just goes, "Oh, did he spit?"
Makes sense. That's my turn.
This creature looks down at its ankle, now covered in Jadrin spit, shakes it loose, and then tries to come down with the gaff and impale him for his
It'll
again
insolence, and successfully
fails.
Achieves retribution with a natural 20. Another crit. So you spit on this thing and it just comes around with the gaff hook and just slams it, almost catching you right in the neck, trying to just rip your head off with it.
I just yell, it makes it more powerful.
Here's the worst part. It's like looking back at Lavana lovingly, like,
oh God, oh, not again.
You take 50 points of piercing damage.
Jam.
So happens.
I'm with that clip.
50 points. And again, it's got you on the end of this hook as it just flings its whole body around and tries to smash Keiko with its scimitar. And
I yell,
Keiko,
"It's Kako!" And I dodge.
Kako, that's right, Kako.
And I dodge it. Nimble dodge it.
You nimble dodge that, so that's gonna boost your
22.
AC by 2.
Yep.
Still gonna get an armor class of 27.
Okay, it hit me.
So it's a hit, not a crit. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna take 16 points of slashing damage as it just whips around with the scimitar. And then it is going to take its third action to strike you again.
No,
It's
thank
still
you.
got Jadrin like dangling on the end of its hook, and it just tries to slash you again. With that penalty, there's going to be a total of 23.
It just hits me by 1.
Very
Very annoying.
By 1, but that's enough.
Oh wait, no.
I'm so annoyed.
Wait. I was looking at the wrong number.
Yes.
I was looking at my spell DC, not my armor class. So that meant the last one was 24 this whole time. The first
Your
one
armor class was 24 this whole time?
No, I mean now with the +2. Sorry. It was 2 points really mattered.
But I believe that Nimble Dodge, does it go to the end of your next turn, or does it go to that one attack?
It just says reaction to being targeted by an attack, dodge out of the way, gaining 2 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack.
Against the triggering attack, so you don't get to carry that through to the next attack.
But, okay, sorry.
So you're gonna take.
I'm just mad.
So you're gonna take 20 points of damage.
You're mad.
I know. You're probably dead again. I'm sorry, Gabe.
I've been down twice.
Yeah, welcome to being a fighter. I almost said
that's not what being a fighter is supposed to be about.
I think it is, actually.
Sorry, I failed.
Here's the thing that we didn't really get into, which was that when you go down, you come back up, you're dying. When you come back up, you're wounded, right? When you're wounded, if you get knocked back down again, you add your wounded condition to your starting dying condition, and you got knocked down by a critical hit. Yeah. Critical hit knocks you to dying 2, plus the wounded makes you dying 3, which means that you have exactly 1 opportunity to stabilize, or you will be dead.
I thought fighters get dying 5 instead.
That's if he has the die hard feat, which I don't know. Does he?
Nope. That's not on this sheet. You know, I was talking really up on the pre-gens before, but now I'm having some
Yeah,
nothing's impressive now.
All of my 3 skills that go against curses seem to be doing really nothing right now. A real waste of skill. Sorry.
Elsier,
this is funny.
You thought they were coming towards the door.
We were.
They were coming out. You were like, great, we're gonna get away from the big skeleton. And then they turned around and went back in. And now you can see Jadrin is once again on the end of this thing's gaff hook, and it's just getting flung around like a rag doll. He has to be dead. Like, there's no way in your mind he's alive. He has to be dead already. And you're like, what are they doing? But it is your turn.
Oh no.
God, you know those moments where like it's like in a movie and it's animated and you see someone standing in a doorway and something just sweeps them and then they're just gone? Like, I feel like that's what Elsier saw. Like, Jadrin, like, and then he's just,
Yeah.
I live for this.
Out of character, saddest thing is I'm out of my higher level spells. So, Jam. I'm going to target this creature with a ray of frost.
Yeah! A ray of frost.
It's
hey, Elsier stands her ground and blasts the cantrip.
Gabe, no.
Gabe.
It's not a cantrip. Is it? Yeah, it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
But this is actually going to work in your favor because cantrips should be automatically heightened to half your character level, so basically your damage for a ray of frost at your level should be 3d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So not just 1d4.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
So to hit, I rolled a 26.
Okay, that is a hit.
Great. And so now I will do 3d4.
At this point, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
Okay. 7, 8, 9 plus 4, 12.
Decent.
12 points of damage. And you note that much like your first electricity attack, some of this just like doesn't affect the creature. It's not nearly as phased as it should be. But you do see some of the bone blacken and fall away. This thing, you're not even certain how it's still standing, but somehow it is, powered by whatever horrible necromancy keeps it going. And you have 1 action left.
I don't know. No one's leaving, so I guess I'm just gonna stay where I am at.
Stay where you are. That's fine. You're not in the line of fire at the very least, so it can't get any worse for you, right?
Well,
I'm gonna haunt you.
well, there
Save
you
your
all
life.
pirate like and nice. You hush.
Yeah.
Aw.
Already planning the funeral.
Yeah, wait, that's mean. Hold
I
up.
wonder how much his shield goes for.
Ah!
Nice. Hey, you're pirates. You know, this is what
That's
pirates do.
true.
Kako, it is your turn. You thought that you had this thing on the ropes. Jadrin comes up in a heroic moment. You're like, we got this. It's right where I want it. And then you see your friend just get obliterated.
My dear sweet
And you
himbo.
realize that this might be a problem.
It's kind of like we've learned nothing from all the times that we got wrecked. I'm gonna just. I mean, I've learned through this whole battle that nothing that I do can really affect it. All I have is lightning and piercing, and it's not really making a mark. So I'm gonna go on the defensive. I'm gonna grab Jardin's body off this hook again.
Jordan.
Ja-
You didn't even know my name.
Jadrin, sorry. Hey, listen.
I died and even forgot me.
First,
I'm
let me
trying
the
to
grab,
save
and then Jadrin. It's just a tragedy.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. But I am gonna try to get his corpse off this hook again and run away. So
Sure.
here we go. Re-rolling. Whoop,
Yeah.
move here. Whoop. And athletics. I'll just take my 20. I know that works with my
Sure.
assurance.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and activate my what's this thing called? Bracelet of Dashing, so I have more movement. It's a plus
Ooh.
10. So that's 35 total. 35 divided by 2 is and then I want to go all the way back here with the corpse of Jadrin.
Hey, not a corpse yet.
All right.
Sorry, the very
The almost, probably
The-
soon to be corpse. Let's get it
the
right.
quite bloody
That makes
corpse,
sense.
and
That's the-
we
Yep,
retreat.
that's about as far as you could get with Jadrin in tow. Which takes us to our good friend Lavana.
And Lavana, as soon as Jadrin is within any sort of range, is casting the cantrip of Stabilize, just to
Aw.
sort of get that.
All right. He is stable.
And then she's going to take the next action to raise her cantrip shield as well in a protective stance
Okay.
where she is.
All right. Ooh. Jadrin, you're stable,
Stabilizes.
so you don't need
Yeah.
to worry about a dying check. However, you're unconscious still because you
Yeah.
haven't been restored to above 0 hit points.
Yeah.
So we move on to the
To-
creatures. turn.
Yep, and I'm technically the closest.
no.
You are, but the thing is, it can get up here
Mm.
and it's going to make one attack against Kako. and
Okay.
One attack against Lavana.
Okay.
It's going to go after Kako with the hook. It sees you trying to drag its prey away, and it's going to hook you. So that is going to be a 33 to hit.
Oh, that's very bad. So that's against a 24. Is that a crit? What is a crit?
That is not a
Oh.
crit because it's not 10 above. So it's going to
Right.
be
Just-
regular. Although, is your 24 with your nimble dodge? Or is that
Yes.
without your nimble dodge? Okay,
With it.
so you nimble dodge, and its hook
I
gets you,
disappear.
but it's not a critical hit.
Okay.
Still gonna deal 20 points of
Ooh.
piercing damage. As it just slices into you, but it doesn't hook
Bad
you.
news. Bad news, team.
Does
Uh-oh.
Kako go down?
I'm at 0 hit points now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Dying one
Mm.
for old Kako. That's gonna be a problem. Because then it shifts its focus and tries to cut into Lavana.
Lavana
with
has a 20 armor class right now.
And I'm definitely going to get you. It's not a critical hit with a 27 on that second attack.
Dang.
The scimitar comes down and 20 points of slashing damage. Cuts into you.
So Lavana is actually, I'll play that she's stepped forward to protect against anything that would come towards Jadrin, and then takes this damage instead.
Oh.
But she's still
She says
standing.
what? Sorry.
So she's taking this damage, and it's like he had attacked her, but she's standing to protect Jadrin, so it's in defense of.
Now I will say, because had you cast shield
I did.
previous turn? I want to give you a little. You can actually use the block reaction to reduce the amount of damage that you take by the hardness of the shield.
Got it. And it's my magic shield cantrip.
So the shield has a hardness of 5. So you can actually, basically, it would hit the shield and break through the shield, but you can reduce the amount of damage that you took by 5.
I will take that.
Yes.
But my shield is gone.
Don't forget.
Is that only the magic shield?
Sorry, I'm totally wrong.
Oh.
Sorry about this. Shield is a cantrip. So because shield is a cantrip, it's heightened to 3rd, which means that its hardness is 10, so you will only take 10 points of damage with the shield block reaction. So keep that in mind. If you've got shield up, it actually can help you reduce incoming damage. But then the shield bursts. So if you were to take more attacks from other creatures, you wouldn't have that shield bonus to your armor class.
Great. Okay, still a lot of damage, but great.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hey, like a little off topic, I kind of forgot that we all have 1 hero point that none of us has used.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had 1 free reroll. Crap.
We've been rolling pretty decently.
Yeah, it's fine.
I forgot about shield block until Jim Jam just mentioned that.
Oh man, we're not good at this, huh?
We're fine, but it's fine.
Yeah. I'd have still been dead, so it don't matter that much. Oh my god.
That was its turn? Yeah, it attacked.
Sorry, yes, that was its turn. We have resolved that. One fun thing about hero points, since you have them, is remember that you can spend all of them to heroically recover and not be dying anymore if you are, say, dying.
Me.
Good to know. What a fun fact.
I'll do that one thing.
Fun facts.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, that was its turn. Elsier, it is yours. The floor is yours.
Well, now that Kako is down on the ground, that's leaving a perfect opening for me to hit this thing again with a ray of frost.
Yeah.
Kako gets out of the way so that you can
just
strike.
like we practiced.
Does this all the time.
Oh, okay, well, I got a 19, so that's going to be a 30 to hit.
30 does it.
All right. And oh, this might be the worst. Okay, I rolled 3 1s. No,
can she reroll with the hero points or no?
Not this.
No, you can only roll a d20 with the hero points.
So that's a total of 7 points. When I include my modifier.
So that's 2 points, which are not quite enough. Again, you guys have this creature, like you can see it's barely holding itself together. Every step forward it takes, it's like clanking and jangling, almost falling apart.
Hey, Jim, mood.
Yes.
Okay.
I know. How many actions is it if I want to throw something at it?
Well, you'd have to have something in your hands, so it'd be an action to grab something, and then another action.
Me.
Club.
You are holding the club.
Are you holding the club?
From before.
She didn't put
You
it
want
down.
to make an attack roll?
Just throw the club.
Yeah.
You want to
If
throw that club?
I have 1 action. Let's just try to do it.
Throw the club. If you get it with a club that you threw.
The club has a range of 20 feet, and you're exactly 20 feet away.
I love it.
You can do this.
It's teed up for you.
It's
You
a
can
ranged
do
attack.
this. Taco just got out of the way for you. You can make this happen. And not only that, but it will be the club that you took from one of your fallen
right,
comrades,
you're
striking out
jinxing
one
me.
last time
We've
to
already
save the crew.
established
If you
not how you solve the
don't
puzzle.
hit, it's like, what's the point, right? You might as well like this is the only role that's mattered in your entire existence as an RPG
Oh my
player.
gosh.
So
Okay,
like,
Jim.
let's see it.
I have a question though. Is it a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Range attacks you're using your
Okay.
dex. And I assume you're trained in simple weapons, which club is one of.
Yeah,
so you
it says
get,
it says ranged is a plus 12 for me.
yeah. So make an attack.
Okay.
Go for it.
Sorcerer's
Okay.
depth
22.
Do you
22.
wanna-
23.
Do you want to?
20. Oh, I can use my hero point. Reroll.
You want to use your hero point and reroll that?
Please, God.
I've never seen Jim Jam like error 404 so hard. Like the moment of like everyone else knew that like it was above a 23 and
Oh.
What was that?
27.
Yeah.
27.
Do I hit the thing?
That is a hit.
Yeah.
Deal
What do I deal?
1d6
Okay.
points of bludgeoning damage, plus your
Okay.
strength modifier if you have one.
Nope.
Good Lord.
3.
It doesn't kill it.
3
Yeah.
points of damage.
We effed up, fam.
You watch as
Slow
Jadrin is like
motion.
bleeding out. Kako goes down and she's like nearly impaled on this thing's hook. Levana's standing there like this magical shield above her just getting shattered by this thing as it comes down again and again. And you can tell that now that no one else is around, like it's just going to go all out on her and kill her in seconds. You cast a spell, a reliable cantrip. The creature like shrugs it off, barely noticing. And you look down at the club in your hand, and you can hear a voice in the back of your head. The voice of a trusted comrade. Dark-eyed Sarissa. You remember Dark-eyed Sarissa swinging this club left and right, repelling borders, knocking Sahwagin off the ship, saving her crew again and again. And you hear her voice in the back of your head. Says, "No, dummy, hold it the other way." And you flip your grip and you're like, "Oh, yeah. And then chuck the club as hard as you can. And it strikes this giant skeleton right between the eye patch and the eye socket. And like just stays there. Like it doesn't bounce off. It doesn't like crack through the skull. It just gets stuck right in this bony forehead. And the skeleton just stops as well, as if stunned by this blow, and then crumbles into a pile of bones
Huzzah!
and is no more.
Yay for Ray of Frost
Yay.
and improvised weapons.
Yeah. Just a long
So
range bump.
His bones join our bones. Hooray.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys
So
dead?
now there are several corpses.
No, we're not dead. I'm only dying one.
No, Jadrin is as close to dying as you can be, but he's stable. And Kako is dying. So what we should do is still stay in initiative order to see if she is going to make it. Because after Elsir's turn, it is Kako's turn.
Yeah. I use my hero point to undead myself.
Stabilize.
I just live. Who cares? It's fine.
I use my can-do spirit, and I'll wake up, and suddenly I'm a Southern.
I don't know if it wakes you up. I think it just puts you at stable.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
sad.
Zero
like-
HP.
I'm like real stable.
I looked at that. I was
Super
like,
stable.
alive.
So stable. And then that's my turn,
Actually,
right?
let me double check. Vamp
Did I
for me
mess
for
up?
a second.
So
Well,
what is Kako is on the brink of death. What does the like light at the end of the tunnel look like for her, and what brings her back to coming to this moment?
At the light at the end of the tunnel, there are many fine ships that I can choose from to go on adventures all my own. I see the lights. I see like a lot of money chilling on this boat. But then I hear a little voice, and it says, "Oh man, is Kako dead?" And I'm pretty sure it's one of you. And I get annoyed, and I come back.
Wow, ours are very different. Very different. Good lord.
Well,
As you guys are standing there, probably feeling quite a bit of it's just shaking and knowing how close things got, Kahlo, the parrot, flies into the chamber where the skeleton rested and knocks its beak against a portion of the wall, which slides aside with the sound of grinding stone, revealing another passage not marked on the treasure map that you had from Captain Renlock.
Levana will watch all of this happen and is just so grateful to see these two back up and sort of coming to. She lets loose a 3-action burst of healing, just in relief for everything.
Nice.
So let's do that. 8 plus what is it for the burst? Sorry.
The burst is just straight up 3d8.
Oh, okay, so one more. 7. So 15 points back to everybody.
I don't know if I'm gonna count that, given my track record with Jim Jam, to be honest. So.
I'm gonna go to that room.
Okay. You rush over to where this section of the wall has slid aside, and you see there's a small chamber beyond. Inside this chamber, there's a shaft of light coming from the ceiling that falls directly on a massive iron reinforced chest.
I check for traps.
Open.
No, go ahead, Elsie. Go ahead. Go to you.
I open it.
You open it. You all gather around the chest and fling open.
I will
the
say,
lid.
just for flavor, I feel like Levana is helping Jadrin to come into the room.
Yeah, he's
Oh yeah,
bad.
he's like leaning on it. Yeah.
I'm still
They're both-
dying 4. Well, wounded 4.
Yeah.
Wounded 3?
Yeah, it's bad. You would be wounded too. You only gain the wounded condition when you go down, and it increases by 1 every time you go down, but it doesn't increase by the. It's not linked to dying in that way. So
Got
you're
it.
wounded too.
Okay, cool.
But definitely, you would be like limping along, still out of breath, like covered in your own blood everywhere.
You look so cool.
Looking cool. You throw open the chest, and inside, you see a smattering of coppers, a few loose silver coins, mostly empty space. The clockwork parrot hops onto the lid, and you see its mouth like flips back, and once again, the voice of Captain Renlock comes forth. My friends, you truly were the finest crew I ever sailed with, and I am sorry to say that the treasure was something of a ruse. In truth, I used all of our treasure 5 years ago, turning over almost every copper to the Andoran authorities to secure leniency when we were caught. Our treasure purchased your freedom, and I will gladly pay that price twice over if I had to. But do not think you've gained nothing, for the real treasure has been the friendship rekindled in overcoming these trials.
Captain, you tried to kill us!
Is that a character?
Yeah! Savannah's pissed!
Wow,
And
what
the
a cool
birds-
lesson we learned. I mean, we only died like 3 or 4 times.
I think
The bird's mouth flips open once again, and you hear the captain again. Just kidding. I really did have to spend all of the money, but don't think for an instant that those Andoran dogs had old Captain Renlock beaten. I had one final secret, and this is what I pass on to you. The parrot flies into the air, knocks its beak against another section of the wall, revealing not a passage, but a doorway that opens into a cove on the far side of the island. Sitting above the waves in dry dock floats a glorious sailing sloop that looks nearly ready to sail. A few minor repairs, some light dusting, and it will be as fine a vessel as you've ever sailed. She doesn't have a name, but I'm sure that together you can come up with something. And with that, the clockwork parrot launches into the air, flying out over the waves. Captain Renlock truly gone for good this time, but his legacy living on in each of you, a crew with a ship once more. You did it! You survived, and you won the game. You're the winners of
we
all
won the
Pathfinder.
game.
We won
Can we
Pathfinder.
Oh
call
my
this
god.
ship Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny,
The Kravitz.
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 Yeah, the Kravitz.
Absolutely. the Kravitz.
That's canon now.
Sailing the
It's an
waves.
official Paizo stream, so you guys can put that in a book somewhere. Sorry,
Yep.
Paizo. I don't make the rules.
We'll take the club, and that's going to be on the front of the boat now. That'll be
Yeah!
The masthead is is the club up there.
With the skull head still attached.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to get the skull, put that on the prow with the club right in there. That's fantastic. The Lenny Kravitz, Scourge of the Waves. I have to ask you this: do you think that your characters would would you return to a life of piracy, or do you think that you would become just like explorers or merchants, perhaps? I don't know. How do you think that you would go about this? It's your ship. You do anything you want with it.
I think my character description is that like my goal is to get a ship. So I think I would want to be the captain, but I would do it on everyone's terms because it's sort of we all own the ship. I wouldn't like just try to steal it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Levana has been trying to get out of like the rut that she's on. She was just a healer on a merchant vessel, and now this seems like adventure and possibly some romance on the high seas.
Oh, hello. Oh.
Jadrin would definitely go. He literally gave all of the piracy up. And I'd even say like when he went down the second time expecting to die, like Kako saw what Kako saw be very different from Jadrin. Jadrin probably saw the light as all four of them sitting at a table laughing and eating together.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So he's just happy to be back with.
That's because Jadrin found his god.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
No, it's a Madre, but
Yeah.
but close second. Yeah.
And Elsa
God.
retired to Olympic shot putting with clubs.
Well, Elsier does not want to do this anymore and would like to go retire, lay low, but unfortunately has a bit of a curse to still deal with, and was hoping that this adventure would lead to enough treasure to get a high enough to purchase a high enough spell to be able to break the curse infecting her. And so I think she would continue with the group. And
Wasn't there something about our bird person eating curses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can eat a big curse. I can turn curses around. If it's misfortune, I can make a fortune. But if it's like
Okay.
a curse upon generations of your family, I don't think I can do that. I don't know though. I'm a mystical bird, caca.
That would be really something if Kako was just like, oh wait, I could have
All
taken
along?
care of it.
Oh,
yeah.
I could have been like, why
I
are
just
you
choose
cursed
to be
though?
my
I could have just
friends.
eaten that.
Yeah.
To be
I am
honest.
starving.
We're gonna need a part 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of these one-shot adventures, is that while they're designed so that you can play them all straight through in one session and be done with it. I mean, this opens up with you guys have a ship now. So if we wanted to keep a campaign going on the high seas, you guys could become a pirate crew, and this could be the launch point for a whole series of adventures. So they were well designed. Thank you, Jason Bullman, for writing all of this fantastic content for us. It was a lot of fun to play through. It has been, this is only the first of what I am sure are going to be many Paizo one-shot adventures. The one you just saw, as I had mentioned before, is available on paizo.com/Sundered Waves right now. You can go and download that PDF. The maps and the handouts were used, the things that you saw tonight, we were using them on virtual tabletops, so they're fully compatible. It's super easy to plug in and keep the adventure going. If you enjoyed this adventure, then you'll be as excited as I am to note that there are going to be 2 other one-shots that are going to debut at PaizoCon online, which is slated for May 28th through the 31st. So keep that on your online calendar. There's A, PaizoCon, which is super exciting, and B, more adventures that are coming out. So make sure you're on the lookout for all of that. I want to send out a big thank you to Gen Con for having us, and a big thanks to Paizo for writing such a killer adventure. Biggest thank you of all is to the people out there who are watching. It has been a blast But that is going to be it for us tonight. There are more adventures in store. Make sure that you follow twitch.tv/official Paizo for those coming up from Paizo. But for now, there is more Gen Con Spring Showcase for you guys to enjoy. So we will see you all later. Have a good night. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.